Welcome to Dude No Way Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of Dude No Way, and today it is the Projectile Power Trip in Marvel Rivals. We're going to be diving in today. We're going to be playing all projectile-based heroes, and that gives us a wide variety of heroes to choose from, because there are projectile heroes in the tank role, in the support role, in the DPS role. There's a few in each, and that's going to give us a nice little bit of variety here. In the tank role, projectile heroes like Doctor Strange and Magneto can really carry games. In the support role, you have projectile heroes like Adam Warlock, you have Mantis, both of those are projectiles. Rocket Raccoon is a projectile with his healing, not with his primary fire, so, 50-50 with Rocket, but that gives you some leeway there as well. For the DPS role, you're going to have heroes like Storm, you've got Winter Soldier, you've got Hawkeye, you've got Namor, Moon Knight. All of these are projectile-based heroes, and today we're going to be diving in using only projectiles. And if you guys didn't know, when you're playing a first-person shooter, there are two different types of shots, basically, that are taken. There is hit scan, which means that you put your crosshair over the target, you press the button, and if your crosshair is on the target, it will deal the damage, right? There is no travel time between when you press the button and when the damage is dealt. Now, on the opposite side of that coin is projectile-based heroes. Now, projectile-based heroes typically have more power per shot than their hit scan counterparts, and that is because there is a travel time associated with the actual shot that they are taking. Now, when you have the projectile-based heroes, each one has a different speed that their primary fire or whatever projectile they're using actually goes out at, and because of that, there is an added layer of complexity that you have to master to be good at a projectile hero compared to a hit scan hero, compared to a melee hero, that adds that little bit of extra nuance to the kit and allows you to, generally, projectile heroes will deal more burst damage than their hit scan counterparts, and B, it will force you to play in certain scenarios where you are either mid-range or closer to be able to land your projectiles more reliably. And when you get to the longer ranges with a projectile-based hero, it is less likely that you will actually hit your target that you're trying to aim at, because the projectile travel time gives your target ample time to move out of the way or just outstrafe your ability to shoot them. And because of that, depending on which character you pick, you have to get really used to how they play and how fast their projectile speed actually goes out. And once you get used to that, you can kind of work it into your muscle memory, and then you can lead the target, and leading the target is you put the crosshair a little bit ahead of the target in whatever direction they're kind of strafing into, and with different heroes, you will have to lead the target either more or less, depending on how fast the travel time of their projectiles actually are. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive into the first game of the day. We're going to be playing Doctor Strange to start, because Doctor Strange is one of the characters I have the most time on, and I'm very comfortable with the speed of his projectiles and how the character plays overall. I'm very comfortable with his kit, although I may need to shake a little bit of the rust off because it has been like a week or two since I've played Doctor Strange. That being said, the character overall is very strong, and the projectiles that he uses are also very strong. Now, Doctor Strange is going to have a maximum range of around 15 meters, and because of that, we're going to have to be very careful about how we engage with the enemy. It looks like this game is already in progress here, so we're diving in, we're coming forward, and we see that there is an Iron Fist here engaging with our Venom. The Iron Fist already low health, so we were able to take him out very easily. We have the spam from a Squirrel Girl coming in here, and we want to kind of allow our team time to get back with us and to understand that there is now a new tank on the field. So we're just going to kind of play in this little corner here. We have the Storm Ultimate coming out here, and I'm not going to be able to get away from this very easily, so I'm just going to kind of use my movements to get up to the high ground position here, and we're going to try to go in on this Storm, and we need to get over to the point. So even though it is very unlikely that I will survive this, if I can at least get the team moving over to the point's direction, I will be in a better place. Again, we came into this game late, so I'm not really worried about losing this first round. We'll get back together, and we'll see if we can get a better team composition. It looks like the Venom has already swapped off of tank, which is great for us because we don't necessarily need a Venom with the current team composition that we have. The Venom pick is actually really strong. So I'm looking at the chat here, and they say, we have an actual full team now. We get the next one. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, I think that Venom, while he is a good tank, is very good with other characters that dive in and fight in melee range. So with Venom, if you're not really utilizing that melee range territory, there's kind of no point in playing the character. You know what I mean? So, with Doctor Strange, that gives us a more, like, kind of a more balanced type of range, where we can fight in the mid-range, we can fight in the close range, and then we can use our ranged damage dealer, which on this team is Moon Knight, to put in the hurt from far away and keep him protected, force the team to engage with us in the mid-range kind of area. So as we're coming out here, we're going to pay attention to the team as they come out from their spawn. We see that their storm is coming out here. I'm already low health, so I'm just going to back up. I'm going to use my levitate ability to get myself up in the sky a little bit. We're just going to leave that health pack there for the teammates who may need it. Maybe somebody gets hit by the squirrel stampede and they need to use that to survive. And now we are very low health here, so I'm using my levitate to float up to a high ground health pack so that I can steal it and get myself a little bit of HP. With our team kind of all forced back in this moment, we're just going to engage with this Captain America. We're going to go ahead, we're going to steal that health pack after all, because I don't want to go into combat with all of these people while I have no HP. We're reloading right now. We're going to go ahead and kill this squirrel girl. We're going to kill this invisible woman. And now it's our time to move to the point. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to tell the team to move on to the point here by pinging with my middle mouse button. And now we have taken the space that we needed to be able to grab the point. We're going to engage with this Iron Fist and do our best to actually get the kill on him. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. And because of that, we're not going to push too hard. But we are going to try to take their health pack from them as they advance. Now that I'm getting low, I'm going to use my shield to block a bunch of damage, waiting for my team to heal me, and they're not going to. Looks like all of my my two healers were either dead or coming back from the spawn here. We do need to get back together, and while we have gained a little bit of time, and I do have my ultimate, that's not going to help us if we are not up with the squad. So we want to be up there with them and grouped up together as much as we possibly can be. So I'm going to be moving forward here. I'm using my primary fire to get into range here. We're going to engage with this storm as she comes out of her ultimate. We have our Cloak and Dagger ultimate is out here. I'm going to go ahead and disperse this dark magic before I catch the anti-heal, which could end up with me getting killed. Going to use my shield because the Rocket Raccoon ultimate is very powerful. And I'm waiting for the heals here from my squad. Unfortunately, the Squirrel Stampede bounces off of a few quick corners there and ends up getting me killed. This team is discombobulated, and they're having trouble getting back together. You can see there are people leaving. There are new people joining. Somebody had already left this game. At least one person had left this game from before, because otherwise I wouldn't have been put into it. I do have my ultimate here, but I need everybody to be together before I can actually get any value out of it. We're going to get this big damage in on the enemy team. I'm going to go ahead and kill their Rocket Raccoon. I'm going to jump up into the sky, use my height and my shield to be able to get into melee range here. We're going to use the Eye of Agamotto to try and get the kill on anybody that we can, and it's not going to happen here, but we're fighting on the point. At the very least, we're coming in and we're doing our damnedest to try and buy this team a little bit of time. Again, I think they were just too discombobulated from the first round. They never actually made a push to really get back together. People aren't using their ultimates together either, so you see a lot of ultimates just getting one-offed and then no value actually getting taken from them. But we'll go into the next game, and then we'll have a straight-up team comp from the beginning. I'll play Doctor Strange again so that we can get in there and actually get some value. Again, I think we could have done fine if the team had, like, pulled themselves together. You know, you gotta work the nerves out a little bit. When you lose the first round, you gotta make sure that you're making smart plays and taking smart angles. And I came in there, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that I had the least deaths on the team. Oh, aside from this guy who just joined, we ended up with the least deaths on the team. That's totally fine. I appreciate them for giving it a shot. Unfortunately, when you get a bunch of people leaving, that sentiment can really carry over and make it difficult to win. It's like tilting. If you tilt in the beginning of a game or you tilt at any point while you're playing, you're gonna lose. Like, you don't tilt and win. It basically never happens. So again, we're gonna go ahead in here. We're gonna play Doctor Strange from the start. We're gonna get the squad together, and we're gonna do a lot better than we did in the last one, because they're gonna know that they have a tank that they can rely on right off the beginning. We have a Lord Portrait Cloak and Dagger here, so they're gonna be hopefully very good at the character. We need Dreadnought to play another support player, and if they don't, then we're gonna be in some deep stuff. Thankfully, we have a Mantis, so we're gonna be good to go here. And again, we're gonna be utilizing Doctor Strange's projectile to deal a lot of damage, and then getting in close and using his point-blank AoE power to eliminate targets. Now, the projectile from Doctor Strange actually fires 5 daggers, one from each of his fingers at a time. And so you can hit with all of them, or you can miss with some of them, or all of them as well. So if you hit, let's say, the center mass of the target, it's going to be more likely that you end up hitting all of your daggers onto the target. That being said, if you kind of quickly pan, you're going to see that they spread out very easily. And let me find a wall here so I can show you. So you can see how spread out all of the dots are when you pan like that. And that's going to make it far less likely that you end up doing any real damage to anyone or getting a kill at all. We can hear that they have an Iron Man on the other team. Not too worried about him. With the Captain America diving our backline, we're just going to go ahead. We're going to put the damage in on him. We're going to melee him as he closes the gap. They have a Venom as well. So we're just going to put this heavy damage in, using the projectiles of our Doctor Strange kit to deal some strong damage. And we're kind of forcing this Captain America to deal with us instead of flanking our team there. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to put up the shield here while I break line of sight with the Punisher turret. Again, we're going to go ahead and engage with this Iron Man just a little bit. If we can get him off of the team, then that is a W. Going to go ahead and get rid of that dark magic before I take too much damage. With our Cloak and Dagger ultimate coming out, it's now time to establish ground here. And the Captain America can't realistically stay with our team and continue to harass them if they have too much healing to actually be a viable kill for him. So now we have the enemy team's Cloak and Dagger ultimate coming out here, and now I'm having the same problem that the Captain America was having a second ago, where there is basically no chance for me to actually kill them. So I'm going to adjust my position, rapidly adjust my position here. I'm just going to go ahead and purge some of this dark magic. I'm just going to go ahead and release it. We're going to reload behind this piece of cover. I do have my ultimate here, and with the Mantis ult coming out, it's going to be time for me to kind of force on their healers, kind of advance on their healers a little bit there. I can very easily make this Punisher get out of his turret by just being up in his face, but I need my support players with me. Otherwise, I'm just a free kill here. So while I can, I'm going to get up and out of the way. Going to use my levitate ability to get me back to my team. My team is having a lot of trouble dealing with the oppressive damage of this enemy team comp. And we're kind of giving them free ultimates because of that. If you look at our teammates, no one really has any kills except for me. We have, our Thor has one more kill than I do, but he's also got a bunch of deaths as well. So, we need to push up. We need to push up, we need to get damage in, and unfortunately that's my first death there. There's so much spam going on, so much nonsense happening, that the team isn't really able to capitalize on anything that's going on here. We're going to wait for their Cloak and Dagger ultimate to go away, and then we're going to advance forward. We're going to press in with our Cloak and Dagger ultimate. We're going to buy our team a little bit of breathing room there by advancing on the Punisher while he is in his turret form. And in doing so, that's going to give us a lot of chance to move this payload forward. We need to get this Captain America off of the payload here. And he's going to have zero chance to get away because I'm going to use my point-blank AoE to actually damage him and force him to go back to the respawn screen here. Now, I do have my ultimate, and while I would like to use it, that's going to mean that I need to get away from my support a little bit. So I need my support to be pushing up with me in the times when it makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and use it now. Bang. And that's going to get my, that's going to get their healers out of my face a little bit there. Unfortunately, it looks like we may be up the creek without a paddle because the enemy team has forced my team back, and I need my support players to catch up to me. I'm trying to get them in my line of sight here. We need to stop being afraid and push up, because if we don't, then we're never going to get to the first checkpoint. These guys are having a rough time, dude. Rough time. Just gonna reload behind this piece of cover. Again, we need to push up on their team. We're trying to engage hard with them right now. Throwing up my shield there to block a little bit of damage. We need to wait for the Mantis to push up with us so that we can then get up into their face. And again, we are forcing them back here. Going to kill their Rocket Raccoon, take out a lot of their healing there. Going to kill their Iron Man, take out a lot of their damage as well. We have the Cloak and Dagger on our team going in with their ultimate. Also, the Cloak and Dagger on the enemy team going in with their ultimate. So that's something to keep in mind. We're just going to go ahead and purge the dark magic right now. We've got to get this Captain America off of the payload, which means that we first need to kill their Cloak and Dagger and force her back. There we go. That's the kill that we were looking for. Again, we need to continue in on these characters and deal as much damage as humanly possible. We want to try to get the Venom and Captain America off of our point here. We're going to go ahead and do this. And unfortunately, I got killed there right at the end. My team is having a lot of trouble. We have a... Looks like somebody must have left in our game. Maybe. Our Spider-Man has 0 kills, which is really not good. Really, really rough for our Spider-Man to not have any kills. 0 kills, only 1 death, which makes me think that they might have come in late. That being said, it was a very tough game in terms of the amount of spam and the amount of damage that the enemy team was putting out. The Captain America and the Venom on the enemy team were absolutely oppressive on my squad and making it very difficult for us to be able to push forward. Had we had gotten kills, I think that could have been different. But with them not having any kills, it's going to be impossible for us to make any headway. And it's not really that hard to go in and get kills with the characters that we chose. So I'm kind of surprised that we didn't end up getting anywhere. But it is what it is. We'll go into the next one. We'll play Doctor Strange again, and this time we'll get the W. I'm confident of it. We have a Luna Snow. We have an Invisible Woman. We've got a Venom Spider-Man for the team up. And we have a Moon Knight as well. And Moon Knight is going to be able to put in that heavy damage from far away. And that's going to allow us the chance to move forward and push in with our Venom and our Spider-Man to be oppressive to the enemy like they were oppressive to us in the last game. Assuming that people actually get kills, you know? If you play your life and you get kills, it really shouldn't be that difficult, all things considered. But because this is a team game, you are reliant on your team actually succeeding and doing things. I love this Venom skin. This white Venom skin looks amazing. So, with the Venom Spider-Man team up, that's going to give Spider-Man a nice little extra ability, which deals point-blank AoE damage and makes him immune to crowd control. And that's going to be really nice for engaging with the enemy and kind of getting that kill after Spider-Man dives. We're going to go ahead and advance to the first point. We want to break this wall and see if we can get anybody to engage with us in this little hallway. I don't know what you want to call it, shipping container. Now, with the team all moving to the point here, it's going to be more important that I actually stay with them. And we're going to go ahead and get their Thor straight off the bat. I am taking control of the high ground position. We have Penny Parker above us there. Looks like the Thor is already back, which means that they have a Rocket Raccoon with a respawn beacon that is now used up, but that's something to keep in mind. We're going to want to be engaging with that Rocket Raccoon. And I can't catch a heal, and I'm not sure why. So it looks like my healers are dead. We have a Spider-Man is now coming up onto me. We're just going to go ahead and put the shield up while we wait for the support to come back. We want to get our team together before we try to make another push. With the Venom on the other team. Venom? Excuse me. With the Spider-Man on the other team engaging with our squad so much, we want to be careful. Again, we need to snag heals from our squad. Gotta get together and stop playing like we're gonna go on a wild flank and actually accomplish something. 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna happen. We want to try and get some kills here, but no one is doing anything. That is tough, man. That is tough. Alright, we're gonna get back with the squad. We're gonna hope that they figure it out. We are the only ones doing anything up to this point. The support each have a kill, and I have a kill. None of our DPS have a kill, and our other tank doesn't have one either. So, not sure what they're all doing, but it's possible that we're just really picking the wrong targets to engage with. There we go. Push up to the point. Kill Rocket. Good, good, good. Little call-outs go a long way sometimes. We were able to take the point there. I'm going to go ahead up and engage with this Penny Parker. We want to destroy her spider nest as much as we can. Get her off of the high ground position as well, which is going to be great. Just going to hold my shield up so I don't take any damage from this Thor. We have the enemy Mantis using her ultimate here. Unfortunately, our Luna Snow goes down again. Everyone on our team is doing their best, but we're not engaging. We're not engaging well, I'll say that. Or the backline is getting jumped. It's hard to tell. With the Squirrel Stampede coming out here, got to be careful of that heavy burst damage that the squirrels do. We can just easily kill them and finish them off. We need to try to get up with our Venom. And I need my support players supporting. There we go, so that I can actually do something. Otherwise, how are we going to make it to the point? We got Spider-Man is on the point now. We're just going to go ahead and kill their Rocket Raccoon. We're going to kill their Squirrel Girl. This is now the time when we come through and take the point. As long as we can easily kill this Penny Parker, there should be no problems here. Her ultimate is not that strong, not that scary. Should be very easy for us to win. We know that Thor is still up there, but we're not going to use our levitate ability to get up there. We're just going to hold up the shield here. Now we use the levitate to generate a little bit of lift for myself, get myself away from the damage of the enemy team. Again, I'm going to reload here. We need ultimates coming out, and we do have some coming online. And unfortunately, I ran out of my shield there. Our Luna Snow is dead. Our Invisible Woman is dead. And it makes me wonder, are they getting dove by Spider-Man on the enemy team? That's something that we need to ask. We need to be conscious of that. We're just going to kill the squirrels. Just get on the point, Venom. Just get on the point, Venom. Venom, get on the point. Unfortunately, Venom is too busy fighting the people in front of him and did not take that time to stall it out on the point. He could have died or fought for a while there on the point, and things could have been a lot better. I would like to see who left. Looks like our DPS left there. So we're going to go ahead and ask the team, are you getting dove by Spider-Man? And then we need to keep an eye on that, because if the backline is getting dove by Spider-Man, then that's something that our Venom can deal with, right? Our Venom can very easily come back and peel on the Spider-Man. Okay. Venom, it's going to be your job to protect the support while I make space. And hopefully the Venom will continue to play, you know, if he plays ball, then we should be good. He has way more mobility than I do. And because of that, it's going to be easy for him to dive back into the back line and keep our support alive. And if he doesn't, then we'll just have dead support players for the entire game. Know what I mean? So, Venom, you have more mobility than I do. And your ability to take space is not as good because you can't protect from the big threats. You can live, you can accept the damage with your face, but aside from that, yeah. I'm sorry, it's really hard to hear you in the chaos of the battle. So, like, I can't use my shield, really, to be scary to the Spider-Man in the backline. And we are able to take the point here. We do have it off the start. We're going to go ahead and start putting damage into this Thor. I'm just trying to keep an eye on where the Spider-Man on the enemy team is in case we need to go ahead and engage with him. I want to try and get up with this Rocket and put the hard damage in on Rocket. Rocket low. And there we go. And we're able to help Venom with the kill on the Thor there. We're just going to get out of the way of the Squirrel Stampede. Try not to take too much damage from it. And we're just going to go ahead and kill it. I can hold my shield up to defend myself from that. But we are down a DPS player now. So this is the moment where I need to use my Eye of Agamotto. And I need to get both of their support players down. And that's how we do that. And now we have the Spider-Man is up doing his thing. He's just, frankly, way more mobile than I am, and I kind of have no way to engage with him when he flies away. So I got to be careful about where I do fight him. I'm going to go ahead up. We're going to levitate up onto this Penny Parker without falling down onto her spider nest because we don't want to just straight up die. And now that her spider nest is gone, I was going to say we can engage with her. But with Thor on the point here, we want to stop him from just getting free damage on our team. And we're also forcing him kind of into a corner away from his support players. And unfortunately, this is going to be my death unless I catch a heal. But I do have the anti-heal is active. Our Rocket Raccoon is dead here. Got my shield up. Tried to stay alive as long as I could. So yeah. So we got it for a long time there. We put it all the way to 99%. So we're doing a lot better. All right, so with Venom down, we're going to go ahead and look at how many ultimates we have online. And we do have a few. So I'm going to go ahead and open a portal here. And we're going to put the portal right here so that we can just easily jump through. Bang. And that's going to get us to the point a lot faster. And now we're able to engage with our Luna Snow here while she is using her ultimate. We know that Mantis is extremely low. And because of that, we want to try and get the kill on her. And we are able to get the kill on her with the assistance of our team. Unfortunately, the Bucky comes in and uses Armed and Dangerous on me and ends up getting the kill there. But we can hopefully come back and take the point back. We are 3/4 of the way to actually taking it. So as long as we continue to stay on the point, it's pretty likely that we will be able to take it from them. They are now using their Rocket Raccoon ultimate, but I do have an Eye of Agamotto coming online here in just a second, which I'm going to try and close the gap on their team with. I don't want to die, so I got to be careful. We're just going to, again, we're kind of going in a little bit, but not too hard. With Spider Time coming out here, we're going to hit the Eye of Agamotto. Unfortunately, I get stuck. And not only do I get stuck, it removes 50% of my ultimate charge, and puts the anti-heal on me, which is very unfortunate. And with the enemy Mantis ultimate coming out here, I find it unlikely that we're going to have a chance to actually engage with them. We have the Spider-Man ultimate coming out here. I think our entire team is dead. I think all of our support players are dead right now. And I did my best, dude. I did my best to try and keep everybody up and try and keep everybody going and engage where we had the chance. Unfortunately, that stun out of my Eye of Agamotto really hurt. And, you know, it is what it is. The team was trying, but if you look at our kills compared to the enemy team's kills, it's not even close, right? Like, our 2 DPS, 6 kills and 6 kills compared to 15 and 24 on the enemy team. Know what I mean? So, and while the Venom on our team put out a lot of damage, and he accepted a lot of damage, again, all of that is with his face. He has no real ability to block damage because he has no shield. He has no cooldowns to allow him to turn damage into 0 value. What he does do is convert damage into additional health, right? So he can get damage really low and then press a button to give himself a bunch of bonus health. However, that damage is still damage, right? When you block something with Doctor Strange, that damage is effectively useless because the damage gets absorbed by the shield, and then the shield replenishes its own health without having to actually accept healing from the team. We did our best, though. I came out, it's crazy to me that he got SVP when he had 7 kills and 7 deaths. I had 12 kills and 6 deaths. While I had less damage than him, it's because I was picking the right engagements. It's just unfortunate, you know? And he says that it's backwards to have the Venom protect the backline, but Doctor Strange can't chase a Spider-Man when he goes swinging off into the you know, background of his team or whatever. Doctor Strange can only, like, slowly walk to the next person. We're gonna try Strange one more time, and if it doesn't work, then we're swapping to a different character for the next game. Because this is like the 4th game in a row that we've played as Strange, and we've just lost all of them. Hopefully, our DPS players will be able to do some damage. And if not, then I'm going to go ahead and just move myself over to the DPS role so that I can have some DPS players that do deal damage. I'll be able to count on myself, at the very least, to put in the work and get people dead. I wish I could know what that Venom said. However, we lost the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter, you know?
Get ready.
We potentially could have won the first round if he had jumped on the point to begin with. So on this team, we have a Rocket Raccoon and we have a Cloak and Dagger. We have a Hela, which is great for hit scan DPS from far away. We have a Star-Lord, which is great for hit scan DPS close range. And then we have kind of a secondary tank with Mr. Fantastic. He's a big silly bitch with a lot of hit points and a lot of ways, excuse me, to survive. That being said, as far as damage goes, he's basically useless. It would be like if you went into a fist fight with a bunch of limp noodles. That's kind of how it feels to play Mr. Fantastic, at least in this current meta. They have a Magneto, they have a Venom, they have a Scarlet Witch, which is going to mean that the Magneto has a very strong team-up ability. Again, we're going to, we can see him using his team-up ability right off the start here. We're going to go ahead and discharge our Dark Magic, hold up the shield while we wait for a heal from our team. We're going to reload now, throwing out the projectile damage there. We got the Scarlet Witch extremely, extremely low, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to finish her before she used her invulnerability ability. And here she goes again. That's this little red dot floating through the sky there. We're going to go ahead and finish off their Luna Snow, which significantly reduces the amount of sustain that they have. Now I'm going to use my Levitate ability to get up into the sky there. We're going to use my point-blank AoE to damage up on that Venom when he dives back in. And right now we're just playing kind of fast and loose with the amount of damage we're taking over in this little corner. We don't want to get too aggressive because that could realistically be the end of our day. With the enemy Invisible Woman ultimate coming out there, we're gonna play away from it so that they have to leave the ultimate to actually engage with us, and in doing so we were able to snag the kill on their Scarlet Witch. And now the Squirrel Stampede is coming in. While I get low health, I'm gonna go ahead and just hold my shield up so that we can stay alive. We're gonna use the projectiles to finish off the Squirrel Stampede there. With the Luna Snow ultimate coming out from the enemy team here, it's going to be very important that I just kind of stay alive and play into this as much as I can. We don't want to get into a place where we end up dying. And I was able to block the Magneto ultimate there with the shield. I just kind of put him inside of my character model, and in doing so, was able to put out a bunch of damage onto him. we're waiting for the team to come back before I engage, because I do have Eye of Agamotto, and I would like to use it to get on the Luna Snow here. But I'm gonna try to bait out her freeze here. So you see that she has used her cleave ability. That's gonna allow her to damage through me, and also heal her allies as well. I'm getting up into the sky here so that I can get heals from my team. And now we're going to cancel the levitate. And while the amplifier from Rocket Raccoon comes down on the point, I'm going to back up into that to force them to be in a place where I would like them to be. And if they decide to come forward, then we will have an easy time taking care of them. But because they didn't, they lost the point there and never got to contest at 99%, which feels great. You can see that my team is effectively killing things in this game, which is amazing. We've been looking for that for the last 3 games. It looks like we finally found it with this team. Let's hope that we can keep it together and do it again. I do have my ultimate here, which is going to allow me to stun the enemy team for 3 seconds and potentially get a few kills on their healers, or even on their key DPS characters. But I would rather use it on their support players like their Invisible Woman and their Luna Snow, because that will essentially buy us an entire fight win, right? So, now we're going to have the Mr. Fantastic ultimate coming online, which is kind of useless, but it's a decent stall tactic if they're trying to steal the point from us. So maybe he uses it and gets some great value. I wouldn't anticipate it, though. On this part of the map, we like to go up and to the left so that we can get to the high ground. And by going to the high ground position, that's going to give us a better chance to kind of aim down onto the enemy that walks out from the bottom, as well as engaging the other people on the opposite side who come from the high ground here. And you can see that their Captain America is here, their Venom is here. We're just going to see, we're going to keep an eye on their Venom, just see where he engages from. And right now, we're going to use the lift a little bit to jump up and around. We're using our point blank AoE, as well as our projectile damage there to engage with their 2 tanks. The Venom dove back in on us while his survivability was on cooldown, and that is not smart in any case. Never a good idea to do that there. So I was able to utilize my Eye of Agamotto in that moment to kill both of their support players, and with that we have effectively won this fight. Even though the Venom got away, it's going to be very unlikely that they get to regroup and take the win here, at least for a few more seconds. Gonna go ahead and throw out my shield to protect from a bit of the damage from the Squirrel Girl. Now I'm waiting to take a little bit of damage myself so that I can put their health pack on cooldown so that there is less sustain available to them. We instantly eliminate their Squirrel Stampede there, and that generates 0 value for their team. We now see that the Captain America is using ultimate here. We had the Venom ultimate come out. We have the Invisible Woman ultimate coming out as well. And again, we're just going to kind of force them to fight outside of the Invisible Woman ultimate, which is going to remove a lot of their sustain. With the Luna Snow ult coming out here, we know that this is the end of their ult combos. And even through the Luna Snow ult, we were able to get a kill on the Captain America, which is great. It's now time to engage on this Venom, kind of force him off of the point. We don't necessarily need to kill him as much as we just need to displace him. And putting him in a spot where he has to retreat is going to be best case scenario, because it's very hard to kill him if he's playing correctly. You notice their Venom only has 2 deaths compared to our Venom on the team last game, who had 7 at the end there. And that's a big deal. Staying alive with Venom is not that hard. You're actually able to do it pretty consistently, pretty easily, and because of that, you want to utilize his massive amount of survivability to be diving in and diving out of the point. Gonna go ahead and hit the Eye of Agamotto here, and unfortunately I was not able to get it off. We're going to levitate up into the sky and hope that I can catch some heals from the team, but it looks like I do have them line of sighted, and my shield goes down, unfortunately, before I am able to get the heals that I needed, and I got caught on a piece of terrain from the ceiling. My team had already retreated there. That is our first death, though, and I'm 50% of the way, 58% of the way to my next Eye of Agamotto because I got frozen. It took away half of my ult charge there, so we're going to go ahead, back up with the team. I have my portal, but I want to keep it just in case we need it as we get closer to an overtime scenario. We have the Luna Snow is out using her ultimate again. We have our Rocket Raccoon ult coming into play here. But that being said, the Rocket Raccoon ultimate is up on the high ground, which is not doing us a lot of good up there. Probably not a good idea if your team needs to fight for the point to put it on a high ground position. That being said, maybe potentially something was happening that I just didn't see prior to that. We hear that the ultimate from the enemy Psylocke comes out there, and that is going to be the W. That's a 10-1. Pretty easy game overall, as the enemy team kind of C9s the point and concedes control of it to us. We were instantly putting it into overtime. They never got back on and never had a chance to re-engage. Someone on our team, I think that's our team. Yeah, someone on our team says team gap. They're absolutely correct in that. That was a full team gap. Everyone on our team was doing what we were supposed to do. And much like the previous games, except it's now on the enemy team side, everyone on the enemy team kind of shit the bed, as you can see by their amount of deaths compared to their amount of kills. As well, the enemy Luna Snow putting out a ton of healing, still not enough to output or to overcome the healing of our Cloak and Dagger and Rocket Raccoon, though. That's the W on Doctor Strange. Going to go ahead and thumbs up the entire team here as we move on to the next game and the next hero. Oh well, GG, can't heal through walls. That is true. You can't actually heal through walls, except your own walls that you create because you're the Invisible Woman. In the next game, I'd like to play some Squirrel Girl, who is my favorite projectile DPS in the game. She is the epitome of what you would want a DPS to do in terms of the amount of burst damage she can do. She's got good mobility. She's got a decent ultimate. It's not team wiping, but it is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and just let the team know I have to play Squirrel Girl this game. This game. Sorry for that, my dudes. And I'm just going to copy that in case we have to play Squirrel Girl again in the next one. But I have a lot of faith in my Squirrel Girl play. I'm not going to tell them that just in case, you know, things go awry. But I would love to see a balanced team comp. I'm calling the cops. Good luck. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And that's fair. Did they disable the other the characters? Chat did. So yeah. So yeah. So anyway, we're doing our thing, and potentially the team is gonna call the cops on me. Hopefully the Namor. It wasn't Namor. It was not Namor. It was the tank. Hopefully the tank does well, because if not, then we're gonna have a tough time. But that being said, I don't have to worry about it too much. A Squirrel Girl, because I am able to kind of spam from pretty far out and put in some heavy damage on people from decently far away here. Just gonna go ahead and reload. We're gonna toss out the immobilized ability there. While I didn't get anyone, I'm just gonna go ahead and toss it out a second time, and maybe I get somebody. You know, who knows? Looks like the Penny Parker is back here just kind of taking up space. Not really doing anything of note, but there she is, still kind of chilling. So anyway, we're just gonna ignore her, I guess. Got a Spider-Man here. Got a Spider-Man on the enemy team. Do not really want to get killed by him. I'm gonna use my massive burst damage potential to kill this Wolverine here. And now we can see that they are right there. So I wanna just kind of keep an eye on that area, but I don't really need to worry about it too much. We hear that the Squirrel Girl is spamming from the enemy team, but she's not really doing anything with her shots there, so nothing to really worry about. I'm going to reload while we wait for Spider-Man to do something of value on the enemy team. Looks like he's just gonna run. Probably smart on his part, because if he gets caught in the spam of my team, that's gonna be the end of him very quickly. Got the Moon Knight Ankh coming out there. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump up and see if I can snag a little bit of free damage there on the Moon Knight. and I was able to. This should be our checkpoint with no problems. Yes, and again, we're going to go ahead. We're pressing forward a little bit, just keeping an eye on the enemy Black Widow there. I want to get out of the way of this Ankh from the Moon Knight, and in doing so, I'm going to grab this health pack and get a little bit of armor from the Rocket Raccoon BRB beacon. I'm going to throw out the immobilize ability. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get anyone, but that's okay. Got Spider-Man coming in now. With Spider-Man coming in, I'm going to go ahead and hold the immobilize, just see if I can't get a hold on him. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to, but our distraction was enough for our Scarlet Witch to come in and snag the kill there pretty easily. Not really too much going on with that Spider-Man. With them hanging out in this little corridor, makes it really easy for me to spam a ton of damage, an absolute ton of damage in their direction. The Squirrel Girl ultimate absolutely devastated by Squirrel Girl's damage, so when the enemy team uses the Squirrel Girl ult, you can easily get a ton of value by just shooting it yourself. Unfortunately, I got killed there, and my spam is providing our team a lot of opportunities to get kills, even if I myself am not getting a ton of them. That's totally fine. We are rolling the enemy team right now, and hopefully it continues being that way. We have the amplifier coming out here from Rocket Raccoon. We know that there are a few ultimates coming up here. With my entire team dead, I think it's most important for me to just kind of stay alive here. If this Magic wants to play games, we can give her the stupid prizes. You know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, as they say, and we were able to easily get the kill on her. I need one of my support players to come back before I can engage, or I need this health pack to respawn so that I can actually come forward here and not just immediately get decimated. I'm going to reload here, and I'm going to throw out the immobilize ability. We see that the Black Widow is over in the corner here. We're just going to reset the cooldown on our immobilize, and again, I'm gonna boing myself up into the sky, boing, and then get the kill on that Magic. Charlie, what's going on? DPS day or just projectiles? Just projectiles. We played Doctor Strange for a few games earlier, and now we are on to my favorite projectile DPS in the game, Squirrel Girl. I don't know why she's so good. She has no right being this good, but man, is she disgusting. With the team doing their thing here, we're just gonna go ahead and put the big damage in on them, get the kill on that Mantis on the team there, enemy. Unfortunately, I was inside of Storm's like AoE range, so I took a little bit of damage there, and it ended up being it's free damage. So if you're inside Storm's AoE range, when she presses her kind of aura ability, what she does is she drops a lightning bolt on you for anyone who is in range, and it hits everybody that is actually in the range. So it's going to be particularly deadly. We're just going to use my mobility here to get out of the way if she decides to come our direction, and she didn't. Now we're going to try to assist with our Rocket Raccoon here. Doesn't look like we're going to get her. And I do need a heal before I continue to engage, because it's I'm very low health. So, and my teammates stole the health pack from me. I think this might be my death here, unless I can catch some good healing. Got the Thor stuck in our immobilized trap there. Gonna go ahead and get the Magic stuck in our immobilized trap there, and that is the free kill on the Magic. And I probably should have used my ultimate earlier, so I could have had another one. I definitely would have had another one by this point. Gonna use my boing to get myself boinged up and into the sky. Still trying to utilize the ultimate here, or the ultimate of Rocket Raccoon, but I want to be careful because the Plasma Burst from the Black Widow put a massive slow on me. We're just going to drop the immobilize ability there on Magic again and deny all of her value. Pretty easy to get around the Magic and her power there. Got the double kill on the Mantis and the Squirrel Girl on the enemy team, and that's going to be the W. That's a 14-2. An incredibly easy game overall. Squirrel Girl adds so much chaos to the enemy team that it makes it just very difficult for her to be able to very difficult for them to be able to fight in the places they want to fight, because the spam from her burst damage is so high that the spam from her ends up dealing massive work. And you can see, even though I was a significant amount of kills behind our team, the damage that I put out was neck and neck with them, basically. And again, only 2 deaths for me, so that felt good. That was a pretty fun game. I love Squirrel Girl. I love this character. Overall, I think she is one of the best DPS in the entire game, and very much slept on. If you guys haven't played her, and like played her to a significant extent, I highly recommend you do. Just jump in, just give her a shot, dude, because she is crazy. She's crazy good. Super good. You don't even have to be good at aiming. You just have to kind of predict where people are going to go, then you immobilize them, and you hit them with the acorn slingshot. I was going to say shotgun, but it basically feels like a shotgun when you hit them, because it deals like half their health in a single hit. It's crazy strong. Really good.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Alright, so in this next game, we're going to go ahead and play a projectile support player. So we're going to use Mantis as our projectile support for this one. There's a few other ones that you can choose from. Invisible Woman is also a projectile support. And then Rocket Raccoon, his healing orbs are actually projectiles as well, while his primary fire, like I said earlier, is a hit scan weapon. So a little bit of a toss-up there with Rocket. Mantis is 100% a projectile hero, and in the amount of damage that a good Mantis can do is actually kind of crazy. Been a little bit since I played Mantis as well, so it's gonna feel good, feel like coming home there. Mantis's healing over time is not the best. That being said, her ability to keep heals on multiple targets is very, very powerful, and also she can damage boost herself and the team, which comes into play a lot. In addition to that, you have her stun, which if you're fast, you can stun an enemy and then get 2 shots of her primary fire off before she's actually, before she's in range to interrupt her stun. I'm just gonna turn voice chat off there so that I don't have to hear that guy. So we're gonna be moving forward, pressing up to the point here. Gonna get ready to drop the damage boost on our Star-Lord and our Hela, and then we'll drop one on our Moon Knight as well. We're just going to go ahead and pop the damage boost for myself as well here. Just going to put the heal on our Thor. Hopefully we're able to get him up without too much trouble there. And again, we're going to pop the damage boost for myself. We're going to drop a little heal on our team here. Going to get the heal on our Invisible Woman because we don't want her going down. Just going to refresh the heal on our Thor. Going to refresh my own damage boost here. And we're keeping an eye on that a little bit. And I want to get a heal out on our Star-Lord, which I was able to do. And we're going to regen some of the leaves here with our primary fire. Just snagging a few headshots here and there. Going to go ahead and refresh the damage boost on myself. Again, we're putting the heal on our Hela. Going to put the damage boost on her as well. Want to get the heal out for our Invisible Woman there if we can. Want to try and catch the heal on our Star-Lord, but unfortunately I'm not able to. Just going to get the heal back up, rolling on our Thor. Drop him with an extra heal there just so that he can have a small amount of additional health. And then we're going to start firing into the enemy team here. As much as we can, we're going to try and break the shield of the Doctor Strange here. And now with the team coming out, grabbing the healing from my ultimate, we're just going to go ahead and start putting in the big damage here by giving everyone on the team a damage boost. We're going to damage boost the Thor, and now we're going to drop the healing over time on the Thor. Unfortunately, I just wasn't able to keep him alive long enough. We're going to get the heal onto our Hela and our Moon Knight as we disengage. I was knocked up into the sky by the Spider-Man, and unfortunately, I was not able to get away. So what makes something a projectile, and what's the opposite of a projectile? So the opposite of a projectile is hit scan, and when you play a character like the Punisher, his guns are a hit scan, his turret is a projectile. And so basically if you put your cursor, your crosshair over top of the enemy and it instantly deals the damage to them, then you know that you are playing a hit scan character. Like our Star-Lord in front of us, that's a hit scan character. If you press your primary fire and it sends a bullet that travels and takes time to actually hit the enemy before it does what it's supposed to do, then you know that you are playing a projectile character. I was talking about this earlier, but typically projectile characters deal a little bit more damage than their hit scan counterparts because there is the additional bit of skill involved with understanding how to time your projectiles to get the most value. unfortunately, my whole team goes down here, and I did take the L by pushing in with our Thor. Probably could have avoided that if I was smart. Maybe could have done a little bit better there. Just gonna damage boost myself here, get the kill out on their Spider-Man with the help of my Hela and the stun that I was putting out there. We're gonna go ahead and damage boost the Hela as well, and just grab a little bit of healing on our team. Get that heal rolling on our Thor. And I want to get into line of sight with my team as best I can here. Gonna snag the heals that are coming out from our invisible woman if we can, because she is able to easily bounce between one target and another. We want to damage boost our Star-Lord here so that we can get as much value out of him being up, engaging with the enemy as possible. We're going to get the heal rolling on our characters here, try to get a heal rolling on our Thor, and now we're going to utilize the ultimate here to do as much healing as humanly possible on the team while they are getting engaged on by the Rocket Raccoon ultimate. We want to keep a damage boost rolling on myself, and with the Mr. Fantastic ultimate coming out there, he really didn't do much in terms of value, so we're going to go ahead and get this Doctor Strange down. Unfortunately, I go down to the spam damage of the Spider-Man and the Bucky right there. So, gonna be respawning here. And Stargazer, thanks for being here. You know I love you. We're coming out. The team is all dead, and unfortunately, there's not too much I can do to stop them from taking the point back. That being said, if we are smart, we should be able to engage here with one more push. We're going to give the damage boost to our Hela. Just get that rolling. We're going to give the damage boost to our Moon Knight and our Invisible Woman. And again, any amount of additional support that we can give them in this moment is going to be clutch. Again, we got the Moon Knight ultimate coming out here. I want to try and keep him alive as best we can, and unfortunately, I was not able to get to the point in time. If I had pushed directly onto the point, I could have made it, but I would have traded my life for that, and it's more important for me to stay alive. So I saw Moon Knight was going for it. I tried to keep him alive while he did. He was able to throw his ultimate out, even though it didn't play the sound cue. If you guys notice, it did not play the sound cue. But that being said, unfortunately, he died in the process of getting over to the ultimate. Or getting over to the point, even. And he says, good game, boys. It ain't over yet, my guy. We got this. And we're just gonna go ahead and amp the team up. Hopefully get them a little bit more hyped up. And if we can increase their confidence, we will have a better chance of actually securing this W. With Mantis, she deals a ridiculously large amount of damage with her primary fire, especially when she is damage boosting herself. And in addition to that, you want to just keep a damage boost for yourself always rolling, because every time you use one of your leaves, which is your resource underneath the crosshair there, that allows you to either damage boost yourself or the team, or drop heals on the team, the using of the leaves actually puts a heal over time on yourself. And so now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to refresh my damage over time there, or my damage boost. And I'm trying to keep our Thor alive, and it's just not going to be enough. I don't have the healing necessary to be able to save him. So to combat that, we're going to go ahead and drop the heals on our whole team as best as we can. And I am getting engaged on by the Mr. Fantastic. So we're just going to go ahead and unfortunately, I've already used my stun here, so I won't be able to use that to get us into a saving grace place where everybody is engaging with the team. We're just kind of getting pushed on right now, and the team is kind of ignoring the people that are pushing forward, trying to fight the people on the point, instead of like you just saw it, right, with the Moon Knight. Instead of literally engaging with the target directly in front of him, clearing him out so that we can all move forward, everybody's trying to fight the people on the point as though that's going to save us and like get the point for us. When in reality, if we just deal with the threat, the straight up threat that's going in here, we'd be able to get the team onto the point a little bit better. We're going to get the damage boost up on our Moon Knight. We're going to put the damage boost on myself. We're going to go ahead and toss out the stun there, and I'm just going to press my ultimate as we push in here. We're going to give myself the damage boost. We're going to push in on this Penny Parker, and hopefully we'll be able to deal a little bit of additional power to the enemy team, a little bit of damage there. And it's not going to happen, And I know our Invisible Woman, I was going to say, I know she's sitting on an ultimate, but I guess she already used it maybe in the last push. I have a ton of deaths, and I would love to see us, you know, pressing forward with the tank when the tank does go in. We do have a Venom now. He has swapped off of Thor, which is arguably a better choice for being the only tank, Venom over Thor, because Venom has some survivability tools, where Thor is basically at the whim of the team, trying to keep him alive with full heals. And I can't get to my Thor to actually save him, or my Venom to actually save him. This is going to be game here. There's nothing I can do. My team isn't pushing forward with the tank when they are pushing. And I guarantee somebody's going to say something as though it was the healer's fault. And had we had a little bit more healing up there with the tank when he was pushing forward, we very realistically could have taken that game. Jeff the Chef says, GG, like I said, I want to talk shit to him. The competitive gamer in me wants to talk shit. Like, well, if you didn't say that you were going to lose right away, potentially we could have won. But in reality, it wasn't even him that was the real problem. Our problem was not pushing forward with the tank when the tank actually went forward. And dealing with the threats that were in front of us instead of trying to engage with people who are on the point. There was literally a Spider-Man and a Mr. Fantastic directly in the face of 5 of my teammates, and they're fighting people across the map instead of, you know, dealing with the threat that's right in front of them. We're going to play Mantis again. We're going to hope for a better game. It takes everyone understanding what to do and when to be able to win here in Marvel Rivals, as it is 6v6, so you have to rely on your team to be pulling their weight and understanding on a general basis how they should be engaging and how they should not be engaging. Looks like we already have 3 support, actually, and while I am not super fond of this DPS lineup here, with the Black Widow and the Mr. Fantastic, the best thing that I could possibly do for my team in this moment is to actually play a tank. And I played a bunch of Doctor Strange earlier, so instead of playing Strange again, we're just going to go ahead and pick Magneto. And while I don't think Magneto is necessarily the best tank in the game, he can work and can provide a bit of utility for the team. There's actually no reason for me to play Magneto over Strange in this moment. We don't have the team up. We don't have anybody that I need to shield while they go use their ultimate, like a Star-Lord is a great target for the Magneto shield. Like, while Star-Lord goes in and uses ultimate on your team, you can shield him to make it so that he doesn't die right away to the enemy spam. Somebody like a Black Panther even, who's going in for the dive, that would also be good. There's kind of no one for me to really need to shield, because Mr. Fantastic has enough ability to keep himself alive on his own without needing the additional help of the shield. But again, we have a very weak DPS lineup here. Who do they have on the enemy? Who's getting spammed out here? I'm just waiting to see if anybody dives into our backline, and it doesn't look like they're going to. It looks like Iron Fist is going to be the person that we have to worry about the most. They have better support than we do with the Luna Snow Cloak and Dagger combo. We have a Mantis, Invisible Woman, Loki. Not very good, not very strong in terms of what they can do, and again, going to make it very difficult for us to take space here with a team that basically has 0 actual damage. Unless somehow the Black Widow on our team is super cracked and knows exactly how to use her sniping abilities. It's going to be very unlikely that we are able to push forward too much. Or maybe the enemy team just sucks really bad. That could also be the thing that allows us to press forward there. And we are kind of mopping them up right now, so I'm going to take back everything that I said. We're going to engage with this Luna Snow because we want her back. We want her as back as far as she possibly can be. And now that I'm starting to take a lot of damage, I'm going to go ahead and press my shield. We're going to get up and out of the way. Just utilize my levitate ability to generate a little bit of space, get me over anything that might be stopping me from moving forward. With the Invisible Woman ultimate coming out here, we know that we have the free reign to kind of press forward a little bit, get the kill on that Luna Snow, which is going to significantly reduce the amount of sustain that they have. And now we are pushing over to the payload so that we can get bodies on the payload to get it out of this spot as quickly as possible. We want to get it over to the next checkpoint as quick as we can. And to do that, it's going to be smart for us to utilize the additional speed that we get from actually standing on the payload. with Cloak and Dagger ultimate coming out here, we just need to not fight into it, and we'll be totally fine. The Mr. Fantastic on the enemy team is not fighting into the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, which ends up ultimately getting him killed. This is the moment where we're going to see the Luna Snow ult come online, and she got killed too quickly, so she wasn't able to do anything there. We're going to go ahead and disperse the dark magic before I end up getting an anti-heal, and now we want bodies on the payload as we press it forward. We want to get this forward and moving to the next checkpoint as quickly as we can, like I said earlier. And while I would prefer that one of the ranged DPS, like our Black Widow, kind of stand on the payload, unfortunately it looks like she is kind of taking her own angle, and I can't really, I could ask her, but that doesn't mean that she'll actually do it. And in addition to that, we want the Black Widow playing in the spaces where she feels comfortable. If she's going to be good at the character, ideally we will have her putting out some work there. With the Luna Snow ultimate coming out, I know that I'm going to be safe to utilize the Eye of Agamotto after that ends. So we're going to go ahead and start building up the dark magic. We're going to reload here and get the damage out. We have the freeze from the Luna Snow is out there, and because of that, we know that we're not going to need to worry about getting taken out of our ultimate. But because we put in so much work already, I'm not going to worry about actually using it yet. We're going to use it as I get closer to the support players. And this is going to be the death of me if I don't get out of the way. So we're just going to use my levitate to get up and out of the way. You can actually go over the cloud of the Moon Knight ultimate there. And I'm going to use my shield to block the maximum pulse and make it impossible for the Iron Man to get any value out of his ultimate. We're going to big damage in on the Mr. Fantastic while he is utilizing his refrigerator form. We're going to go ahead and engage on this Venom since we heard the team call it out, and make sure that our support players are supported as we move forward here. We have the Iron Man has been pinged up near the ring, which is like the high ground position here. We've got bodies on the payload here. Mr. Fridge-tastic, that is amazing. I love Mr. Fridge-tastic. That is merch worthy. I think I might use that, Bach. With the Venom ultimate coming out here, we can anticipate that the Venom is not only low health, but also engaging on our team. And now I have the Mantis ultimate from my squad coming out here while we get ready to engage on the Cloak and Dagger ult. We're going to go ahead and start pushing in. We're going to use my levitate to get up into the sky. I have an anti-heal here, and that's going to be my first death, unfortunately. I tried to disperse the anti-heal while I still had enough time to live, and I did not actually have enough time to survive. That was a stupid time for me to have dispersed the dark magic, but I wanted to use Eye of Agamotto while my dark magic was charged up. Again, it didn't end up panning out for me, but that was also my first death of the game, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. We have 5 total minutes here to push it, 30 feet, so it shouldn't be too hard. Especially since we have been able to engage with it so easily here. We're just going to go ahead. I'm going to throw up my shield there. Going to use my levitate to get me out of the Moon Knight ultimate before I take too much damage and it ends up being the death of me. We're going to kill Venom in his ultimate. A lot of Venoms don't realize that you can still be shot while you are inside of your ult here. And now is the time. Now is the time when I'm going to just go ahead. We're going to Eye of Agamotto over here. Just going to get the kill there, and in doing this, we are forcing them off of our team. And this is a big stall moment for the Mr. Fantastic, but he can't stay on it for the entire time. And while I am getting very high in my dark magic charge, I want to be careful not to actually hurt myself with the hang on, anti-heal. We're going to go ahead and kill that Venom. We're going to kill that Moon Knight. We're going to put the shield up in front of the face of the Iron Man, even though he does go down there. We have somebody still on the point, and it is their Loki. We're just going to go ahead and finish off Loki. Now we have the Mr. Fantastic is here, trying to do what he can to stop us and stall us out, but we're just going to not let him, and that is going to be game here at 22-1 on whatever map this is. I forget. Spider Islands, I think. 22-1, a very easy game. My team was all able to understand what to do, where to be, put in the damage that needed to be put in. We were killing the right targets. We were pinging when our support got dove on from the backline. And just in general, I think that was a really solid game. Exactly how you want to play Doctor Strange as well. We were able to use our movement ability to get us out of a lot of sticky situations, and the only time I made a mistake was when I discharged my dark magic and when I had the anti-heal on myself. I held it a little bit too long, got anti-healed while I was low health, and then discharged it, which dropped my shield and ended up getting me killed. Let's see if we can play another Mantis game here coming up and see if we can get a little bit of additional W's on the Mantis pick. I think that Mantis is still one of the strongest support players in the game, so I think it's important that people understand not only how to play her, but when she should be utilized. And I'm not going to wait to see what the rest of the team picks. I'm going to lock in right away before we end up getting, our picks taken away from us. Facecam is frozen. Thank you so much. I will fix that right now. Just gotta find it in my sea of stuff. Facecam's frozen. Facecam, where are you, Facecam? Got the... That's that. Chrome audio. There we go. We're just gonna disable it. And then re-enable it. And that should fix our problem as soon as it comes back on. It's starting. It's coming back on, or at least it should be, because I reactivated it. We're going to deactivate it and reactivate it again, see if that will fix our issue here. There we go. And now we're good. We're good. My last match, I had a Moon Knight who missed their nap time, apparently. I saw it. Now I want to know. Crybaby. Teammate. And so, we hear the massive amount of, spam going on outside of the door, which usually means that there is like a Spider-Man or something like that engaging, ready to dive on us. We're gonna go ahead and drop the damage boost on Mr. Fantastic. We're gonna give ourselves a damage boost as well. We're gonna get the heal onto our Luna Snow there, and we're gonna start damaging up as much as we can, or at the very least trying to peel for our Spider-Man, or for our Luna. We're gonna get the stun onto their Mr. Fantastic, and in doing so, that's going to make it very difficult for him to keep engaging. We're going to damage boost our Iron Fist there, because we know that we are very easily able to get kills with Iron Fist as long as he is well supported. Very hard for characters to stop getting killed by Iron Fist unless they just straight up run away, because his primary fire is actually a homing and will engage you at like mid-range. It will instantly push itself over to you, and all you have to do is hold primary fire. I'm gonna try and save Mr. Fridge-tastic here. We're just gonna give him a bit of a damage boost. Gonna give myself a bit of a damage boost as well. Just help him finish off the Hawkeye on the enemy team there. Gonna drop a couple of heals on everyone on our squad, and now it's time to give myself the damage boost and look for the potential headshots there. Gonna go ahead and damage boost up on the Mr. Fantastic on our team. Also giving him the heal, which will allow us to keep him alive a little bit longer and engage with his additional sustain that he has. Unfortunately, we were not able to keep him up, which is, it sucks, but it is what it is. Got a damage boost up on our Iron Fist. Tried to give him a bit of a heal as well. And we have the Cloak and Dagger ultimate as well as the Moon Knight ultimate coming out from their team. We're going to go ahead and start giving the damage boost to my squad. Again, give the damage boost to everybody that I possibly can. Unfortunately, I was not able to keep our Luna Snow alive, and because I know that she is down, I'm now going to keep my finger over the ultimate button in case we need to actually utilize it. I'm going to give the damage boost to both our Magneto and to my Mr. Fantastic, and hope that that's enough to put that big hurt in on everyone. We're just going to go ahead and pop the ultimate here to make sure that we can take the point and not get killed in the meantime. We're going to damage boost myself here. We're just going to put in the heavy hurt on our team, or on their team. Got that Moon Knight almost all the way down there. Was able to get their Groot down as well. Going to put the heals in on our teammates that are coming around. we want to damage boost ourselves to try and put this big damage in on Moon Knight. Just get him out of our face because we don't want to die to that. We're going to try and keep the heals up on our Magneto as well. And I need to steal myself a bit of additional leaves. So I'm just going to start putting in damage here. And that's a couple of leaves for me. We were able to get their Groot down again. We want to get the heal out on Mr. Fridge-tastic and allow him to deal a little bit of damage. We're going to put the damage boost on our Magneto because he actually does deal a pretty significant amount of damage, unlike the Mr. Fantastic there, who is a little bit less powerful in terms of the damage department. We want to get the heal out on our Iron Fist, as well as the damage boost, so that he gets as much value out of his ultimate as humanly possible. Again, we're going to put the heal on him just to make sure that he is continuing to get as much support as we can give to him. We want to get this Ankh down as quickly as we can. We have our ultimate here. We want to get this heal out on our Iron Man so that he doesn't die. We're going to put the heal on our Mr. Fantastic. And I had my ultimate in the back pocket there in case I needed it. That's a 9-0 game on the symbiote map. And that was some pretty solid healing there. Some solid healing, some solid damage boosts. We were able to engage with certain people when we needed to. When people got low health, we were able to take them out. We were, helping with the team as they went and took flank angles and continued to enable everybody, both in their ultimates and while they were just naturally fighting. And while she didn't have the most healing, the Luna Snow pulled that out a little bit more. We did end the game with an ultimate, which could have given us even more healing if we needed it, but we didn't end up needing it. Just in case, I wanted to keep that in our back pocket in case somebody wanted to pull out the Spider-Man ult or something like that, and that would have made it more difficult for us to have gotten value on our Mantis pick if everybody dies around us. So with Mantis, when somebody uses the DPS ultimate, if you just smash your ult at the very second you hear it going off, a lot of times you can just straight up deny all of their value and then heal your team up and give them the bonus health when they do hit maximum HP. For this game, I want to go ahead and play Namor, who is another projectile DPS character. His primary fire is the javelin throw. He's going to throw, it's a trident even, not a javelin. He's going to throw the trident. It deals a lot of heavy burst damage. In addition to that, his squids that he summons are also projectiles, and they will attack people from far away. And they're really good for warding off flanking characters like Black Panther or Spider-Man, or even to a lesser extent like Venom. And he's especially good when combined with his team-up with Luna Snow, which we don't have for this game, but we don't necessarily need. It's just kind of a nice thing to have when you are actually playing the character. The squid that he throws out while he is using the team up with Luna Snow deals more damage than the regular, I said squid. The octopus deals more damage than the regular octopus, and it also slows targets, which is great for flanking characters, like I said, like Spider-Man, Black Panther, the more mobile characters. Iron Fist is another great example of people who get dumpstered by the squids, the octopus from Namor.
2, 1.
All right, so Namor has a kit. I only recently started playing him, so if I do bad, it's because I'm still getting used to what all he does. In this moment, I would like to have gone mid, but because the entire team is going right, we're going to go ahead and go right with them. And now we're going to throw a squid up into the sky. I was trying to get it up on that wall, and unfortunately, I just wasn't able to. That's no big deal. With the Groot walls coming in here, we're going to go ahead and throw a squid behind them and just hope that we can get some free damage with it. Trying to destroy the Groot walls in the meantime. And we were able to get some big damage out onto the Groot there, but he does have a Rocket Raccoon on his shoulder, so got to be careful of the amount of sustain he has. I would like to get out of the way now and start dealing some damage from the back line. They're honorary squids. They are. They're squids in training. Right? I feel like an octopus is like a scarier target than a squid. Like a scarier aquatic creature than a squid, but squid's in training. With the Psylocke here in the back line, we're just going to go ahead and throw up one of these squids in the hallway, which will make it so that anybody who comes down the hallway will be forced to engage with them or take the damage from our team. We are just hanging out here, which is not great, not exactly what you want to do, but at the same time, we don't want to die either. So I do have my ultimate, And while that can get a lot of kills inside of the Invisible Woman ultimate, it's more likely that it doesn't. We have the entire enemy team's ultimate combos coming out now, and we're just going to go ahead and get back out of the way. We're going to start putting damage in from far out. We get the kill there on the Psylocke with the help of one of the Octopus. And the Groot uses his ultimate shittily. Quite shittily indeed. So now he's getting low health there. We were able to snag the kill. And again, we are utilizing our ability to be in the right places at the right time to deal the damage on the enemy team. We have the Invisible Woman coming out there. We're going to go ahead and get the kill on the Magneto as well. That's our 5-piece, and we have not died yet, so that's great. We have the ultimate here. A little bit more difficult to get the value out of the ultimate on Namor than it is to get it on like an easier character, like an aimbot character like Star-Lord, or a more instant damage character like Moon Knight. I'm going to go ahead and use my invulnerability here, get myself up and out of the way. We're going to throw a squid down and kind of put it in the middle of their squad. I want to be in the amplifier while I utilize my ultimate, and I'm going to wait for the moment. We're just going to use it right there. And unfortunately, I was not able to get a kill. Again, like I said, a little bit more difficult to get value on this Namor ult than it is on some of the other ultimates. We're just going to go ahead and put the Octopus right there in case somebody decides to dive in with me. And that will protect me from my side. And we are able to put in the assistance damage for that Magneto kill with the power of our Scarlet Witch ultimate there. We're just going to toss out some squid, allowing the team to take a little bit of damage. I'm going to use my invulnerability to get out of the way of the Psylocke ultimate, throwing a couple of squid down again to try and snag some of this free damage there. And while things are getting low, we are able to put in some heavy damage on them. We're going to throw a squid down range just to engage with this Magneto as he backs out there. We're going to go ahead and put it on the wall as well to try and get everybody that we can. Again, we're just damaging up on them, trying to snag the free kills where we can, with the Psylocke coming in and trying to ult me, or trying to damage me there. I'm going to use my invulnerability to get into the safety of somewhere else. We're going to dodge the Magneto ult by just kind of line of sighting him. We have our ult coming online now, and the bunch of ultimates coming out from the enemy team as well. We're just going to go ahead, we're going to put it right there. And while it doesn't need to get kills as much as it needs to damage the enemy and put pressure on. So, and we were able to do that effectively. We're putting heavy damage into their Groot here. Gonna go ahead and use my invulnerability ability there at 1 HP. We're gonna take the health pack there. And again, we have the squid here to ward off the push of the Psylocke. Just like I said, you want to utilize the Octopus to ward off the push of flanking characters, and that additional damage was enough to pressure her so that she had to disengage or potentially die to the next hit of my my trident. And that's, I haven't died yet, so we're doing good so far. And I hope that I'm able to, I hope that my commentary is able to give you an idea of what I'm doing and why pretty effectively. The character can be a little bit to digest. All of the characters in the game have a pretty diverse kit, but hopefully this this commentary is making it clear as to why I'm making the decisions I'm actually making. We do want to grab one of the armor packs from the Rocket Raccoon's BRB beacon. As well, we want to have one of the jump packs if possible. That way we can utilize that if we need to get to a high ground position and snag a health pack. I have to sneeze, and I'm not sure if it's going to come out in the middle of me talking or if it's just going to go away, but we'll see. So we see the BRB beacon here, and we want to damage up on it as much as possible because we can deny Rocket Raccoon a lot of his value by taking that away from him. We have the squid is out there, and it's doing its thing. We're putting in damage from far away. We're forcing their team to either engage with us or take the damage from the squid. I have now lost the health pack here. this Psylocke really wants me. So we're just going to go ahead and give her what she was looking for. In case she wants to continue to engage, we're going to stay near the squids. Even though our shields are up here, now is a good time for me to get away. And I'm going to use my invulnerability and my jump pack to put myself into a high ground position here where I can easily retreat if I need to without having to rely on the teammates. We're just putting a squid in the middle of the point there for A, some additional damage, and B, because it will force them to look at the squid and decide whether or not they're going to engage with it. This is the time where I put a squid up on my corner here, because we can expect that I will be engaged by somebody. And with me falling down, at least I'm falling down with the team. Thankfully, there aren't a bunch of people that are, like, way out of the way here. We're going to use the high ground to attach a squid to it. It's now time to get up and out of the way. We can expect the Psylocke to come in and try to ult me here, so I'm just going to back up and get this health pack, and in doing so, that's going to keep us alive a little bit longer. Again, we're putting in the damage from far away, trying not to get too close, and forcing myself out of a power position. We were able to dodge the entire Psylocke ultimate there, and we're just going to go ahead and put the squid damage out. I have my invulnerability if I need to get away quickly, which is looking like I'm going to need it, so I'm just going to use that to back all the way out here. And with the shields coming up for our team and the amplifier there, we're just going to put this behind them, and we're going to snag some free kills there. That's a triple down, and that's my first death of the game, but we did get 3 with the whale, and now our team should be able to take this point with no problem. And if we can't, that'll be very sad for me. But with 3 of their team going down, they're all coming back from spawn now. It does not look like we're going to be able to take it, at least not easily. We have the Psylocke ultimate coming out from their team here, and the Rocket Raccoon ult coming out as well. Going to be very unlikely that I'm able to take this back. Probably not even worth engaging. I think we just generate some ultimate charge. And I'm going to try for it. Yep, so that's our Scarlet Witch going in with her ultimate there. We were able to take out their Magneto. Now we want to toss down a few squids, just utilizing the cooldown quickly here so that we can actually engage with people. With our team here, we're going to use the invulnerability ability to get up into the sky. We're going to place a squid there, and unfortunately they go down. And I took an extra L for that, but that's okay. You know, we did everything we could to try and get in there. We have no ultimates online right now, and it looks like we are coming up to an ultimate from a few of our teammates. But again, without the power of the ultimates, it's going to be tough to actually secure the W. We have our Rocket Raccoon is down. This is pretty much a wash, I think. I think at this moment we just stop engaging, because it's going to be basically impossible for us to take the point from them. That's okay. We'll get them in the next round, and I think we're doing pretty good so far. Only 2 deaths. Got that triple with the ultimate, which should have been enough. Realistically, that should have been enough to have stopped the enemy team from keeping the point, and basically that should have bought us the capture. But, you know, can't win them all. So, got 30 seconds here before we go back in.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
And our team comp is going to stay the same. We now have a Star-Lord, which could be very good. I talked about this earlier, where when Star-Lord pops ultimate, if you have a Magneto, you can easily just shield the Star-Lord while he's ulting to give him some additional sustain during his ultimate. And it can be a team wipe, a full team wipe for Star-Lord's ult if he plays it correctly, or it could be a massive L for you if you end up botching it. So we want our Star-Lord to be supported as much as possible. Lieutenant Thick. I don't know who that is. Oh, yeah, Lieutenant Thick. Yeah, that's one of the support on the enemy team. They're thick as hell, I think. Maybe. I didn't realize we had a Penny Parker there, so I threw that down trying to get my squid to engage with the Penny. And this is a great reason why you want to have a Rocket Raccoon beacon, or a Rocket Raccoon jump pack if you can, because the jump hack will actually allow you to get out of certain ultimates, like the Psylocke ult that was just happening on top of me there. And again, we're tossing down a few octopi so that we can get the damage on them. I want to keep an eye on my team and where they are. And unfortunately, I got killed by Bucky right there. But we were able to kill... Let me just say... No, I thought we were killing the invisible woman there. We knocked her down with the ultimate. It only deals 200 damage, so not enough to one-hit her. However, if we had any follow-up from the team, that could have been enough to have taken out one of their support and won us that fight pretty easily. Again, this is going to be basically a sustain fight here. We're not going to let Bucky get free value on us. Just going to try and get out of the way here. Unfortunately, I used my invulnerability move, which was a botch on my part. But it is what it is. What do you do, right? What do you do? I got a little bit of damage out for them. Trying to destroy this Groot wall here. Putting in the damage from far out. I'm just going to use my invulnerability to get me up into the sky here. We're going to toss that right there. And in case they want to engage, we'll have a free little high ground angle for our squid. We can go ahead and get that kill on the Psylocke as she drops into close range. Unfortunately, I am going to die if I get engaged on by this Bucky too much. And it doesn't look like we're even trying to get out of spawn at this point. Again, I don't think I can leave here without some additional help from the squad. Best thing for me to do at this moment is just to break off from the team, start running to the point, and hope that I can get to the point in time. Unfortunately, I have no movement abilities, so it's not going to be enough to get us there. Their team had a lot of kills, and they were able to really take it out on our... I forget what Penny Parker was originally, but on our Penny Parker and on our Scarlet Witch, both of them had 9 deaths, which is rough, and our tank had 11 deaths. Nobody on their team got even close to that amount. And again, this comes down to, like, are you good at keeping yourself alive, at playing your life, right? Do you know when to hold them and when to fold them, right? You gotta understand when to advance, when to retreat. The ebb and flow of combat is very important. That being said, we were in there, dude. We got the triple kill. We only had 3 deaths overall. A very strong game, very strong showing from us. The rest of the team having a harder time, that's for sure. That's all right, though. We can go back in. Namor is a very strong character if you haven't used him. His ultimate is not the best, but his burst damage with his primary fire is pretty good, and his ability to ward off flankers is second to none in terms of Marvel Rivals heroes in the current cast. So, they did not have any flanking characters, bunch of mid-range damage dealers there. We'll go ahead, we'll play Namor for one more game and just see how it goes. We have a Mantis, we have a Mr. Fridge-tastic, we have an Iron Man. Not my favorite team so far, but we do have Save the Whale here, which, being the only character in the game that can actually use a whale, I feel like, I feel like that's pretty funny. What are the odds that I get Save the Whale on my Namor game? I guess Save the Whale is like the this generation's Free Willy, right? We have a Hulk here for the team up with Iron Man, which is great. That should buy us a lot of additional damage. We have a Mantis and a Loki, not my favorite. Loki can do a lot of healing, but most of the time ends up losing a lot of his value because his biggest source of healing is actually just his rock, his rune ability that drops the AoE field around him. But a well-placed Loki clone can provide double his healing output, and then even more than that if they can keep more than one clone alive at a time. So that's going to be good. We have the team kind of pushing forward here. I don't know why the Hulk is still in Bruce Banner form. I don't know what he's hoping to gain here. But knowing that they have a Spider-Man on the enemy team is great for us because we know that we can easily engage with the Spider-Man with our squid. And the squid are going to be paramount in keeping our team alive here. So, again, we see that the team is utilizing a bunch of Loki, the enemy team utilizing a bunch of Loki clones there. We're just going to go ahead and damage them and get them out of our face. We're putting in a bit of damage down range, but no one's really getting any kills as of yet. But they're also not really advancing to the point, which is, you know, fine, I guess. With the team kind of fighting in this little area here, we're just going to go ahead and put in some big damage on them. We're going to throw a second squid down, just in case they want to push around this box, which again is forcing them to either engage with me or engage with the squid that is behind them shooting them. They don't even know that they're there a lot of the times. With me being at 55 hit points, now is a good time for me to pop my invulnerability. And since I did not catch a heal, it's going to be time for me to get around here. We're going to put the damage in on this Iron Fist as he tries to catch the flank on our teammates. We're just not going to let him. At least not for free. We put in that big damage. We were able to get their Cloak and Dagger down. We were able to get their Spider-Man down. I think we also took out their Loki. No, did not take out their Loki. He swapped clones there. But that time we did take him out, so that's great. Again, with the Iron Fist, we can deny him a lot of his value by just having a squid up where we want the squid to be. And again, free damage on this Spider-Man while he's trying to be oppressive to our team. We have the Rocket Raccoon ultimate coming out as well as the ultimate from their Cloak and Dagger. I did not mean to throw my squid down into the middle of that. So with everybody here and me having the amplifier. Wow. Okay. So I'm just going to deny Spider-Man all of his value here. I am going to die, but that's totally fine. And I was able to get the kill on that Iron Fist with the help of my squid as I retreat with 6 HP off of the point. I used my ultimate there to try and snag a kill with the help of our Rocket Raccoon ult. And unfortunately, it just didn't do much for us. We're waiting for the team to regroup, and then we'll be able to engage with them. I'm gonna put this right there, waiting for Spider-Man to do his dive thing. And they killed my squid there, so I'm going to put another one up while we wait for them to come forward. They respawn. They last about as long as they respawn about as quickly as they last. So as long as you are cycling them like kind of one at a time, you can easily keep one up pretty much entirely. I'm going to use my invulnerability here since I got dove by Spider-Man. And then we're going to use the squid, getting the benefit of the squid damage there to actually kill the Spider-Man. Putting in the damage long range, and we're just going to kill this Loki clone. Our team is pushing them back pretty effectively right now, so we're going to go ahead and throw some damage down range on them. We want to kind of put as much in as we can, put as much work in on this Groot as possible before we throw a little bit of damage onto their support characters, letting them think that they're safe, but in reality are getting dusted by our burst damage. And again, our squid's going to finish them off with the help of our Loki. Their Luna Snow there tried to take the engagement with me. It did not go the way that Luna Snow hoped it would. With the Hulk stuck in that spot. Is he immune to damage while that's happening? He's not immune to damage while he is utilizing the, I don't know what to call it, the Hulk smash, right? Because with him rooted in place, I thought that would be a great time to utilize the whale. Unfortunately, I got zero value out of it. Putting in this damage on the Rocket Raccoon here. Just going to go ahead and destroy his beacon while we retreat back to our team. Again, I'm going to use my invulnerability here to scale these parts of the terrain and get me to a safe place without having to engage with them at all. Waiting to get back with our squad here. Still at 0 deaths so far. Feeling pretty good. Now that we know that they're coming, we're going to put a squid on the inside there. Because if they want to engage with us, we're going to force them to engage where a squid is. And the Loki runes come out there. We've got the Luna Snow ultimate coming out as well. They're going to utilize that to press forward with relative ease. But as long as we just keep engaging with them, we can keep putting in this heavy damage, forcing them into places we want them to be. And we're seeing all of their support ultimates come out simultaneously here. Just going to use my invulnerability move to deny the damage of the Groot and hopefully catch myself a couple of heals as we retreat. And it looks like I'm going to die in this moment. So the best thing that I could possibly do is kind of put in this big damage on their team. And the Groot put up his own wall and blocked him into a corner. You dumbass. Why would you do that to yourself? I'm going to kill that Rocket Raccoon. Just look up at the sky and throw the damage into his face. Getting this Luna Snow down. Next, we have the Loki clones are here on the point, so we're just going to force them out, destroying his runes in the process, and putting this big damage in on their Cloak and Dagger as we catch the 4-piece there, and their Loki goes down. I'm going to throw a squid up onto the high ground position around me so that it gets free damage while the enemy team kind of can't really engage with it. And again, if I can snag a few headshots there, do they have 4 support? They do have 4 support. They have 5 support, actually. 5 total support there. So it's going great for them, as you can tell. Yeah, oh my god, indeed. I don't know what they're thinking, but you know what, whatever. With the Cloak and Dagger using her ultimate here, we're just gonna not stand in that as we advance back. It's time to use my invulnerability move to get myself over into the corner. This is very likely the part where I die, yes. And the Rocket Raccoon just came and chased me down. That was my first kill, or my first death in 16 kills there. I'm leading both games in terms of kills, and leading both teams in terms of least deaths possible. The entire team pinging at the same time, it looks like. We do have our ultimate online here. We're going to go ahead and toss a squid in their general direction. Maybe put one up here for the flanking rocket, who you can always kind of expect somebody to try and jump over this little wall. So putting a squid up there means that you can easily engage with people who are far away. And in addition to that, try to force them back a little bit here. I would love a heal, but it looks like my support players are dead. So I'm just going to go back into the spawn here. We're going to grab the full health from walking into the spawn door. And our team is engaging one at a time, which is never what you want to see. Tons of damage being just wasted for our squad here. Putting in the hard headshots on their team. We have the... Damn, where is our tank, bro? Oh, we lost our tank. That's the reason. Okay. So that makes a lot of sense. With them coming out here, we're just going to go ahead and toss one of those out. We're going to go ahead and get the kill on... Who did I kill? Well, I killed someone. I can't see who's dead. But I want to say it was obviously one of their support. Hopefully it was one of their support that had an ultimate so that we can easily go in here and continue to hold. The entire team is about to go down because we are standing in a ultimate from both sides. Just gonna try to stall out as long as I can. But with all of the stall, there's no chance for us to actually win. If we just had a tank, we would have been fine. Literally the only thing we needed this game was a tank to soak up some of that damage. Looks like we did have one. Did we? Did we ever have a tank? We never got... Yeah, we did. We had a Hulk at the beginning who swapped over to the Invisible Woman, which is a very odd pick. I would always rather have an Invisible Woman over a Loki in terms of the healers. When Loki heals, it's not that it's bad. It's just it takes a ton of power to be able to get as much value out of Loki as you could out of an Invisible Woman. Whatever, dude. It is what it is. We did our best. We tried to get him in there. It was the Cloak and Dagger that I killed with my ultimate. Thank you, Star. I'm glad you saw it because I couldn't see it in the time where I was in the middle of the fight. Did everything I could. Least deaths in the game. Actually, I take it back. The second least deaths in the game. I caught that one right at the very, very end there. Their Invisible Woman actually coming in with 2 deaths. But my team was decent at staying alive, except for our Iron Man, Moon Knight, Scarlet Witch player. If you are... so, like, an easy way to tell when somebody is super low skill is you will see them swapping heroes a lot of times. Usually, if you're going to swap, it's because your hero is wholly ineffective, and there's, like, one swap that you could do to completely change up the game, right? So this person, they were Iron Man at the beginning, then they swapped to Moon Knight in the middle, and then they swapped to arguably the worst DPS in the game, Scarlet Witch, right? So nothing good could have come from that. But again, a telltale sign of a low-skill player is swapping 2 to 3 to 4 times in a game. The more you swap, the more you put yourself behind in the ultimate economy, which is how quickly your team is generating ultimates compared to the other team. And because we had a bunch of swaps, their team was able to generate a ton of sustain from their support ultimates, in addition to them having a Loki to be able to double Luna Snow ultimate as well. So, yeah, their amount of support was ridiculous. It was over the top. We're going to give Namor one more shot here. And whether we win or lose, we'll play something else in the next game. Because there's only so many games that I want to play the same character over and over again when there are so many choices on the table. We have a Doctor Strange, we have a Rocket Raccoon, we got an Invisible Woman, Spider-Man, and a Squirrel Girl. This could potentially be a very strong team-up. It looks like our Doctor Strange is about to swap to something else. Let's hope he doesn't pick something stupid. Let's take a gander here. Okay, he hard committed to the Strange, which is great. I don't want to see, I never want to see Doctor Strange swapping to something that is like, I don't know, pretty much any DPS. If he's your only tank, you know, you don't want to see that. Does Loki's target need their full ult for him to copy them? No. So Loki can copy them as long as he has ultimate, he will get the ultimate of the enemy. And in addition to that, he stays as the copy for a significant period of time. So, even when he is inside of the copy, he will extend the time that he is copying someone else if he presses the ultimate. So he could stay in it for the full, I want to say it's 10 seconds, might be 15. He could stay in it for the full, like, 10 to 15 seconds, and then right as he's getting low, or right as he's getting low on the time, he can pop the ultimate to extend how long he's actually in it. The Spider-Man does not know what's about to happen to him. Keep diving me. Please, I double dog dare you. I would love for you to keep diving me, Spider-Man. I swear to God, I will decimate him if he wants to play the stupid game with me. I'm going to get on the point here, because this is the only way we're going to be able to actually take it. We got one pie piece. We're going to start throwing damage out to their team as they retreat here. If they continue to engage with us, that's going to be dumb for them. We're going to put one obvious squid down and see if we can get them to engage with it while they ignore the other one. We got the Hulk is already out of banner form, or out of Hulk form again. We're going to go ahead and just kill the Black Widow there. We have Spider-Man is busy doing his dive thing again. And again, he can't really engage with us as long as we have squids active. So they will keep damaging him. They'll keep fighting him. Even when Spider-Man is, like, far away from them, they'll still hit him, which is great. Yeah, so Loki, he gets the full ultimate as soon as he presses ult, which means that even in scenarios where the person that you copy is not, like, the best, you can immediately hit it and then just utilize the kit of the character, or alternatively, you can save it for a few seconds, utilize the kit, throw down some of your abilities, and then use their ultimate when things are a little bit either sketchy for your team, or the opportunity presents itself that feels like the right time to utilize whatever ultimate you end up copying. We're waiting to see where Spider-Man is here. I would expect to be dove on by Hulk, and here he is. Very predictable Hulk gameplay by this guy. He might be new. We're just gonna stop him from being able to secure this health pack by standing on them. We're gonna go ahead and be invulnerable here while Spider-Man wants to utilize his ultimate. And we're just gonna kind of deny him all of the potential value that he could have gotten there. And again, I'm just gonna go into the shield here. We're gonna go ahead and put the squid up on the wall out of the Cloak and Dagger ultimate there, so that we don't have to worry about getting killed by them. And the squid still up, warding off our team there. This Hulk is trash, bro. Trash tier Hulk gameplay on the part of their team. Oh. Just wait in a second. Don't want to overextend my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and grab... Yeah, that poor Hulk. Dude, he sucks. He's getting exactly what he deserves. Gonna go ahead and snag the kill there, snag the kill on the Spider-Man as well, get the triple down, as well as get the checkpoint. We're getting as many people on the actual cart as humanly possible at this moment so that we can push it while we have nobody in the way. And now we want to toss one of these up top because we know they're going to be coming out from that spot. I'm going to use my invulnerability there to get up and out of the way while we have Hulk getting de-hulked again. And there he goes. Looks like they're going to try and save him. That's totally fine with me, dude. You guys want to try and save your Hulk? That's totally fine. I am going to toss a squid up tall, up high even. And they're giving us free value. We were able to snag the kill on that Mantis basically for free. The Cloak and Dagger also just getting obliterated by the power of the squid. I remember the other day, Star was like, I don't ever really see Namor being a threat. I'm never afraid of a Namor. And I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. But then there are times when the squid get ignored and he's just so good. Dude, there he goes again. What is happening with this guy, bro? He is losing his mind, dude. Guaranteed. And we got the big damage out on the Spider-Man there. Forced him to disengage. We're going to go ahead and throw a squid up high so that we can snag any kind of splash damage on somebody who wants to come by my way. With the Cloak and Dagger ultimate coming out for their squad, we're just going to go ahead and get up and out of the way. I was trying to get into my Invisible Woman ultimate, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen for me. Again, we're just backing up here, putting a squid down on the ground so that they hopefully target that and not me, which they took the bait and I was able to catch heals, so now I'm totally fine again. We have the Hulk in ultimate here, about to be de-hulked again. Get de-hulked, you nerd. And there he goes, he's dead. Throwing out the squid, allowing it to get some free chip damage on everyone on the enemy team. We have the Hela on the enemy team getting pushed back pretty decently. Time to throw a squid up on the top corner here. And I have my ult here, which I want to make use of, but I don't want to get myself killed. Unfortunately, I did there. I'd be afraid of your Namor play. I mean, it does, as long as you're putting squids in the right place, it can be very good. He's good at certain things, and one of those things is taking out flanking characters. They want to come into the back line, they're going to have to either deal with the squid or deal with me. Right now, we're going to put one up there, one up here, and just wait for their cooldowns to come off. We'll see if they end up engaging with us. They didn't, which is totally fine. We're looking at the ultimate of the Rocket Raccoon here so that I can see whether or not I am going to be able to toss out a whale with the damage boost here anytime soon. Not yet, anyway. We're going and putting in this big damage on the Hulk. We're just not going to let him get that free kill on our support player. And again, we're taking him out of the fight. Tossing out a squid, throwing the right click there so that I can get it dealing extra damage. Toss out an additional squid around this corner for the flank of the Spider-Man. We're just going to get up and out of the way here. We have their Cloak and Dagger ult is coming out. Got the big damage coming out for our squad, getting all of their support ults simultaneously. Unfortunately, I'm dead. There's nothing I can do about this. I needed a heal, and I didn't get it quite in time there. But I did catch the res from the BRB beacon. I'm going to go ahead and toss out one of my squid on the floor, just to give them something to look at while we wait for everybody to come back. I'm going to go ahead and toss that up into the sky there. Again, warding off the Spider-Man as he tries to engage with us. With the entire team kind of in that spot, we're just going to go ahead and get that big kill on the Hela, put out that big damage on the Hulk and the other people. Can expect the Spider-Man ultimate coming out pretty soon here. And we're just going to stop them from being able to do it. While the Hulk is engaging with me, he's not protecting his team. And I'm able to easily just take him out with the help of my Doctor Strange there. Gonna go ahead and toss a squid up on the rafters and try to get them to engage with anybody who is behind the point here. We're tossing out a little bit of splash damage, trying to protect our Doctor Strange. And with that, that is a 20-2 here on Namor. Bach says, No, for real, I'd be surprised someone is playing Namor, then shocked that they're actually good. I mean, I tried, dude. I tried. I just started playing him the other day, but I feel like I've got a pretty good handle on his kit, and the thing that I need to work on the most is hitting headshots instead of body shots with the trident, which can be a little bit difficult. He's got a bit of a learning curve with how you need to throw it because it does have a small amount of arc, as well as the fact that it's a projectile, plus it's large, so you have to aim a certain way to be able to actually land the headshot. A lot of times it hits the body shot. But it is what it is, right? So their Hulk there was 3 and 9 in this game. Died 9 times. Everybody else on their team doing pretty good. Only 1 death from their Magneto. And their Hela, their Spider-Man doing their best there with 4, and their 2 support players with 6 deaths. So again, a very cool, fun character to play. I think Namor is really strong, but he kind of requires a Groot to be able to immobilize the enemy team to get a lot of value out of his ultimate. Because the whale, while it comes out very quickly and deals a decent amount of damage, the actual insta-kill potential of it is very small. I'm going to go into the practice range real quick just to show you what I'm talking about. There's an inner circle and an outer circle when you utilize Namor's ultimate. And the inner circle deals 500 damage, and that will obviously one-shot any squishy character in the game, even if they're standing in like a Luna Snow ultimate or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the ult charge thing here so I can show you what I'm talking about. So when you press it, you see you get to, like Moon Knight's ult, you get to choose where it's going to come down at. There's an inner circle and an outer circle. So if you hit it, like if you can catch them in the nipple of the ultimate, right? If you catch them in the nipple of the ultimate or in the areola region, you can insta-kill them. That being said, on the outside, like on the titty part of the ultimate, if you just catch him in the titty, it's only going to deal 200 damage, right? And you can see that's not actually enough to one-hit Luna Snow there. So, I want to show you again, as you use it, you hit him straight with the nipple, bang. And there she goes, right? She's gone. But it's very difficult to get them to stand still long enough to actually stay in that. Because they hear it, they see it, they'll just gently strafe out of the way. Anatomy with Professor Moon. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, it's what do we call, like, it's marine biology, right? If you can get the inner circle, they'll go flying. They'll take a 500 damage there, and I believe it's also buffed by Rocket Raccoon. That still needs to be tested for me. But if you do get it buffed by Rocket Raccoon, you can actually kill them with the outer circle as well when he uses his ultimate. So that's actually kind of nice. But I want to show you his primary fire. Look at what happens when I aim at her head. Listen for the headshot. Nothing, right? No headshot. No headshot, even though it's directly on her face. Even though it is very clearly on her face. No headshot. Right? It's between her eyes, bro. You can't actually get the headshot by aiming directly at their head for certain characters. I think his team up is with Luna Snow. It is, and I can show you that in 1 sec. But anyway, so when you're using Namor, you actually have to, if you aim to the left, it'll just go past them. So you need to, and this is true for all of the projectile characters in Marvel Rivals, you need to aim to the right of them, and that will actually put you directly on target. So when you think you're looking directly at them, when you're using a projectile character in Rivals, because of the way that the camera works, you're actually to the left of where your crosshair is. So for here, again, I'm hitting this body shot, even though it's right on her head. When you go to the left, it actually flies right past her, right? You can see that it flies right past her. That being said, if you go to the right of them, and now I want you to pay attention, because my crosshair is not on her at all. Not even the outer ring of the crosshair is on her. Headshot. Headshot. Crazy when you think about it. But again, it's the way that the camera is positioned in Marvel Rivals that makes you kind of mess that up. Where you think that your crosshair is actually where your projectile is going to go, it actually isn't. It goes to the left of where you're actually aiming. So when I throw to the right of the Luna Snow and slightly above her, you can hear I'm actually hitting the headshots, and that's why I'm able to two-hit her very easily. So again, it just takes a little bit of practice to understand how this character works and how to utilize him. Again, like, I am barely on her at all with the outer circle of my reticle, and that's a headshot. The center of the reticle, very, very far away from her head. Headshot. So, Kind of an interesting character to learn the trajectory and the nuances of the primary fire. But when you do it, when you do learn, you can actually get a lot of value out of Namor. So, that's a fun game. Let's go ahead back in. We've not played Magneto yet, and we're going to go back to the tank role now, and we're going to play a bit of Magneto. I'm going to hit him with the Magneto shield on the teammates that are utilizing their ultimate. Hopefully I'll be able to see it and shield them and have them get extra value. And then in addition to that, where are you? There you are. And then in addition to that, like, this is a perfect example. Magic is a great character to shield with Magneto while she's going in to utilize her ultimate, because she is actually extremely reliant on her ability to survive to be able to deal damage, and the bonus health that she generates, while that can be nice, she deals damage, she generates bonus health, while that can be nice, she doesn't usually enter the fight with bonus health already. So, by shielding her as she ults, you can give her the time that she needs to actually engage, and that can be really nice for her. And that is the R key for me, which I gotta remember because it is, it's the same as Mantis, where when I give the damage boost, it's the same key. And then the selfish one is F, which again is the same as Mantis. With Magneto, he's got a 15-meter range for his primary fire, which is the same as Doctor Strange. However, he deals a single shot that explodes into a persistent spell field, which is the explosion damage. So, you can actually damage things around Magneto as well while you are throwing out his primary fire, which is why around this corner I was able to damage the Invisible Woman even though she had not yet thrown up her shield. I'm gonna reload here, and then I have my I did not mean to do that, but that's fine. Just gonna go ahead and put this big damage in on this Black Panther. Again, trying to hurt him without putting myself into a bad place here. Want to block their team with my curtain there to make it so that their Groot can't get healed. And we were able to kill their Groot there. We're going to go ahead and shield up on our Wolverine while I reload to try and buy him a little bit of additional time. Now we want to kill their support characters. So we see that they have an Invisible Woman here. I think it's an Invisible Woman. Again, we're going to give the shield to our Magic and allow her to get crazy offensive in the backline. We're just going to put that damage in on their Black Panther there to make sure that he can't get free damage on us. And now we're stealing the point from them. We want to stay on the point. As many people on the point as possible is going to allow us to capture it a little bit quicker. And like I was saying with Namor earlier, the Luna Snow team-up actually gives him the ability to make a freezing octopus, which will slow targets when he engages with them. I'm going to use my right-click there to push back on our team. Our Magic, I can't find her, actually. There she is. Okay, so she retreated. I'm just going to put that up on myself, just in case the Black Panther wants to come in and try to get the kill on me. I need to stay alive as long as I can, generate as much value as possible. We're backing up here. The Wolverine is going to be going in here in a second. All right, with the Mr. Fantastic coming out here, we're just going to back off of the enemy Cloak and Dagger ult, and we're going to give the shield to whoever wants to dive here. I tried to give it to my Loki. Unfortunately, I wasn't quite able to in time. Waiting for our moment. We're going to press forward slightly, gently, pressing forward, staying close to my piece of cover here so that I don't take the L in terms of the amount of damage that I'm taking. And now, with the team coming out, I know that I am free to engage again with the Invisible Woman ultimate coming out, as well as the Cloak and Dagger ult for our team. It's just going to be a big clusterfuck worth of nonsense happening all at the same time. We're going to try and damage up on the Mr. Fridge-tastic and hopefully get the kill there, and we were able to. Again, we're going to look for ways to support our Magic and our Spider-Man as they dive into the backline. We're going to try and give the shield now to our Wolverine if we can. If he decides to dive onto the Hulk, which it looks like he reconsidered there. I am now low health. I'm going to throw up my curtain to shield my team. We're going to damage up on this Hulk. We're gonna give the shield. I tried to give it to our magic. Unfortunately, I just wasn't able to. I'm waiting for a moment when I can get a lot of value with my ultimate here. We're waiting. There's going to be a moment here where their Cloak and Dagger decides to use her ult. Backing out here because we know that one of our support is down. I'm going to try and get up and out of the way. And oh, that's not good. Okay. Right now, I'm just going to stop moving. I'm going to try and stay with my team. I'm going to hold this up. Give myself that healing. And, God, 1 second. I needed 1 second to get that health pack. That was my first death here. That's all right, though. If I had moved out, I potentially would have gotten engaged on, which would have been my death. If I stood there, I would have potentially gotten engaged on, which would have been my death. So I was kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Magic, stop it. You don't need healing. You don't need healing. You're fine. You're full health. Shut up. You're fine. It's actually a little bit obnoxious to listen to her complain about needing healing when she's full health. I'm just going to get out of the way of the squirrel stampede here. We can't actually die as long as we don't get hit by it. I'm going to give my teammate a shield. Let her go in a little bit. Generate a bit of additional health. I need to put this shield up. I need heals from my squad. Don't know where they are. And unfortunately, I take the death from that Squirrel Girl spam damage. For somebody who's playing Magic and has the Lord portrait, you would expect her to have more kills than she currently does, but that's all right. We need to get back together with the team. I'm stealing this. This is mine. And we were able to get that Mr. Fantastic down with the help of the squad. Now we're going to jump up here. We're going to put some damage in on there. I'm just going to leave, dude. I needed my shield, and I was pressing the wrong button. Okay, I was like, where's my shield? Why isn't it activating? It's because I was pressing R instead of F. Let's go ahead and get back together with them. I've held this ultimate for way too long at this point. This is the entirety of their team going down simultaneously. And it's time to move over to the point here and utilize the amount of value we were just able to put out by getting... Can we get a bunch of people on the cart so that we can push it fast? Thank you. Good. With the 3 of us on the cart here, that should be enough to get us closer to the checkpoint a lot faster. I'm going to try and get the shield up on our... Who's got an ult? Spider-Man has an ult. So... Alright, it's time, dude. I'm gonna try and get this big damage up on them. Unfortunately, it broke. But that's totally fine. I think she was just holding her Cloak and Dagger ult until I used my ultimate. I really just wanted to use it there because it had been so long since we actually did anything. I can throw up my metallic curtain to be able to shield off myself from their push. I can put this on myself to get myself up there. We can use the right click to get a little bit of help from my team, hopefully. I think Loki was trying to heal me there, but I think either I just got there just a hair too late, or maybe he engaged. Yeah, so they were trying. They were coming back from the spawn. Everyone on my team died at that moment, so it doesn't feel great. I'm trying to get back up with them. They love to push in, like, kind of 2, 3 at a time, and that is getting us killed. Wow, this is a shit show, bro. I'm gonna die. There's nothing I can do at this moment. I am going to die. I'm getting bounced on by Mr. Fantastic. My team is all over the place. I don't want to just, like, straight up tell them, hey, like, we need to group up. Like, if we don't group up, we're gonna lose. Because it's so late in the game that, like, telling them now doesn't do us any good, really. And we're gonna lose. We lose this game. We'll play another Magneto game after this. I feel like we could have done better. There was a certain point where the team started getting frantic. And you could tell because they started making bad plays over and over again. Like, if you are playing a hero shooter and you go in without your team, not only are you probably going to die, you are also going to end up with generating a bunch of ultimate charge for the enemy team. Yeah, ours was better. What the hell? So the Cloak and Dagger on our team. Somebody said Cloak and Dagger diff. It was their Cloak and Dagger said that. Our Cloak and Dagger absolutely shredded them in terms of healing. So anyway, that was stupid. Our Cloak and Dagger had like 4,000 more healing than they did. So yeah, I don't know what they were thinking there, but yes, we lost, but it definitely wasn't. A, first of all, it wasn't a Cloak and Dagger diff, and B, it was their Cloak and Dagger who said that. So like, mega cringe, dude. If you're the guy, you don't get to say that you are diffing the enemy team unless you do it like, you know, to yourself or to your friends or whatever in your team chat. Like, you don't say that in team chat.
No timeline exists where Magneto
like, do you think the guy, like, people who do that, that's like the real life, that's the in-game equivalent even of like a guy laying on his back and trying to suck his own wiener, you know? Like, that, when you say that you diffed someone who is also playing your character, that is you sucking yourself off. Nobody is giving you credit, like nobody is on your side there. You kind of look like a fool when you do that. Anyway, so on this team, we have, oh, the same map, awesome. All right, so on this team, we have the team up with Scarlet Witch, which is great for Magneto, because that lets him utilize this very high damage, very strong combo, which lets him utilize his melee ability, which is his greatsword, but it also throws out kind of discs attached to it, which is cool. We have a Luna Snow and a Mantis on our team. We have a Spider-Man and a Magic like we had before. Could go well, could go poorly. I don't have a lot of mobility, so I don't want to stay up in their spawn for too long. With them not coming that way, I can assume that they're then coming this way. I don't know where they're coming. Okay, they're portaling. That's the problem. Got it. So they're portaling. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to put the shield up for myself here. We're going to try and get back up with the team, assuming that they get here fast enough. We're going to try to damage up on the enemy here. And I'm able to absolutely shred through this Mr. Fantastic's refrigerator form here. My team is dead. I tried to give my teammates a shield there. I'm just going to disrupt them as long as I possibly can. Their Wolverine is in here with me. There's no health pack for me to grab. My team got shredded on that one. That was a good push on their part. Cool.
I shall not be removed so easily.
Let's get back together. That portal was a good one for them. And again, so you look at what's happening right now, right? Mr. Fantastic all the way in Narnia. As well, the Magic, looks like, all the way in Narnia. Both of those guys are going to die. Because they're off doing something they shouldn't be. I'm going to go ahead and put my shield up, generate some additional power there. Here comes Magic, probably going to cry for some heals. But you were off in a place you shouldn't be. You have nobody to blame but yourself. We would like to engage with this Hulk without getting too dusted by this Wolverine in the process. I'm going to go ahead and give myself the shield again here. Just get this Hulk out of Hulk form. I'm going to put up the metallic curtain here. We have the Mantis ultimate coming out from our team. And now it's time. We're just going to go ahead and pop ult here. And it didn't kill them. It's supposed to kill the Cloak and Dagger when that happens. Unfortunately, it didn't. I'm going to give the shield to whoever is up here still getting engaged on. Who are you? Magic, take this shield. It is what it is. We're trying to hold them as best as we can here. Waiting for my squad to get back together. Why are you in the back line, bro? Why are you back there? What are y'all doing back there, dude? I don't need to ask. I know what they're doing. It's nothing. Their Luna Snow popped ultimate there. And, excuse me, that's our Luna Snow popping ultimate there. And the Spider-Man on our team utilized his ult. It did absolutely nothing. We're gonna go ahead and just kill this Mr. Fantastic in the meantime. I'm gonna try and get a shield out for myself here. Again, just try to contest their point. Put in this damage on their invisible woman. Try and save Jeff, but I'm not gonna be able to there. Time to back off. I probably die here, if I had to guess. I wonder if the Hulk will overplay his hand. No. We're gonna give the shield to our Scarlet Witch. Utilizing the very strong projectile of the team up between Scarlet Witch and Magneto. Got the Hulk out of his ultimate here. Or out of his Hulk form, even. Got the team is utilizing their Invisible Woman ultimate, but they didn't really push forward. Which is kind of strange on their part. You know, that would have been a good time for them to have pushed forward. Going to give the shield to our Scarlet Witch while she utilizes her ultimate. That's going to keep her alive. And we were able to successfully let her get the ultimate off. Not a lot of value, but a single kill is better than no kills, right? I'm holding this point here. I would like to give it to Spider-Man. Unfortunately, I gave it to Wolverine. But that's kind of fine. Wolverine also very vulnerable in those close-range scenarios when the entire team is standing right in front of him. Gotta be careful about where I engage here. I put the shield on myself and not on Wolverine. Hopefully that doesn't end up getting him killed. And it didn't, thank God. We're just gonna put this big damage in on the Hulk here. Give myself a shield while I engage. Logan, do you think you can kidnap this Hulk, bro? What the fuck are you doing? Jesus Christ. You think you could do anything of value? That'd be awesome, man. Jesus. He's just running around back here. There's no one even on him. He's full health. He's just doing nothing. Look at him. Holy shit. I got swallowed and then spit back out behind their team. Not the best. Not the best ever. Gonna give myself the shield here so that I can... And again, we're gonna try to hit this cloak and dagger. Unfortunately, I was not able to. Too far away. I botched that one completely. Tried to give myself the shield there, and it didn't end up working because I was dead before it came up. They still have a decent amount of space to push this, though, so... I think our Wolverine swaps to a cloak and dagger after 4 deaths. I'm just gonna put this up, get up in his face here. Alright, we're gonna play another game there. My team did nothing. Yeah, like, we got our DPS has 2 kills, dude. 2. The big deuce. Our magic was magic, then swapped to Wolverine, then swapped to Cloak and Dagger. Again, highly typical of a low-skill player to swap a bunch of characters not knowing what to do, so you just kind of throw spaghetti at the wall and hope something sticks. Our Luna Snow and our Jeff slash Mantis were very good. They were very strong. They were doing exactly what we needed them to do. I only caught 2 deaths there, and one of them was towards the end. But again, we need the team to be playing intelligently and taking intelligent angles. Otherwise, we're just not going to do anything. 13,000 damage blocked, the most damage blocked of the 2 tanks, which nobody's surprised about that. I mean, I was in there not dying and tanking it with my face. Although the Doctor Strange on the enemy team never died. I'll be honest, I don't even remember them having a Doctor Strange. That's how much this guy played in the back line. Maybe he was just back there supporting his support players? Who knows? Where was he? One more for Magneto before I swap over to something else, because I don't want to spend too much time on any one single hero in this show. And then we'll go over, we'll play another projectile support player after this. Gonna go ahead, Magneto again.
No timeline exists.
Team, don't let me down. All right, don't let me down. We got two people who are obviously playing together. We got Need Zans and Need Perks. So hopefully they at least can play well with each other. It looks like they're thinking about an Adam Warlock Jeff combo. And if there was ever a combination that I think would be one of the worst possible support combos, it's definitely Adam Warlock and Jeff. Adam Warlock can be good when he's the third support. Pretty much useless if he is one of the two main supports. Jeff lacks the ability to support ultimate to sustain during big damage, and because of that is also low-key kind of useless. Again, both of these characters are very good when they're the third support. Not good when they are the main two. I'm gonna wait for the squad to pick the final person. Needzans, please play Luna Snow. Please. If you're gonna play anyone, play Luna. It's got a great team up with the Shark. Come on, man. They're just not gonna pick, I guess, so. I'm gonna fat finger my right click as we exit the spawn. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it's gonna matter too much. I'm gonna go ahead and generate a bunch of free value there with the, this is gonna be the end of me. There's too much melee damage on me. No one around. They still haven't chosen, so potentially they are disconnecting, or maybe they are AFK. Not really sure. Got that Venom down there. Gonna go ahead and give myself the shield here as we back up the Penny Parker. We're gonna put up the metallic curtain, hope for the heals from our team. We're now going to kill this magic. We're not going to allow her to be here for free. And unfortunately, my mouse hit the extent of its cord there, so I had to adjust it stupidly. We can go ahead and finish off this Moon Knight. We can go ahead and finish off this Loki clone. And this Loki clone, that's going to be easy to push the point forward here. We have the Venom is back. This is what I was talking about earlier, where you don't want to keep running in. You want to engage with your entire team, and if you're not with your entire team while you're playing a hero shooter, you're wrong. If you're trying to get yourself a little bit of free ult charge, you're wrong, because you're actually generating a ton of additional ult charge for the enemy team. We're just gonna knock her off the edge with the help of our Winter Soldier there. Just gonna finish off this magic who overextended. Again, they are staggering in one at a time. Makes them extremely easy to actually kill. We're gonna steal this health pack from Moon Knight. We're just gonna go ahead and get the kill on him. Now we're pushing forward. We got the Venom is back here. We're gonna go ahead and utilize the ultimate here. 3, 2, 1, bang. We'll just go and big damage up on Loki. And I can avoid the bulk of this Loki damage here. I'm not afraid of you at all. Just gonna go ahead, shield myself, throw up the metallic curtain, stop him from being effective in any way. Please, Jeff, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, Jeff? Why are you trolling me? What was that, bro? Come on, Jeff. Do better, man. Literally had no enemies in his mouth, just me. Give myself the shield here. Gonna keep this Moon Knight from being able to get into his teammate's Invisible Woman ultimate. Gonna finish off this magic. Getting out of the way of this Venom. Gonna throw up the metallic curtain so that he can't catch any free health off of the damage he deals to me. Now we're gonna finish off the Venom. We're pushing forward now. This team is actually working together quite well. And the enemy team is staggering in one at a time, making it very, very easy to take them out. Giving the shield there to our Winter Soldier because we knew what he was about to do. We have the Adam Warlock ult coming out here, giving us the free res, which we didn't really need, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing either. Got Darkchild out on the field here. We're just going to go ahead and just absorb a bunch of the damage that she deals with the power of our shields. Like, look at how much value she did, bro. trying to dive the Magneto while you're in your magic ultimate is pretty useless. Can we get a few more people on the point so we can push it just a little faster? And looks like we got people. Thank you so much. Looks like we got people coming in here. We're going to go ahead and get the shield ready for Hela so that she can engage without having to worry about getting destroyed. It's time for me to destroy the spider nest of Penny Parker here. And now I can go ahead and engage with our team. We got the checkpoint here, so we don't have to worry about dying. We're going to drop the shield a little bit early. Get the kill on their Moon Knight there. Getting the big damage out on Groot. Get the kill on Groot as well. We have a storm up in the sky. I can fly twice as high. But in all seriousness, though, we do need somebody to actually engage with her who can get a little bit of vertical movement there. We're getting the team on the point here, plus the soul bond from Adam Warlock is going to be extremely clutch in getting us to live for longer. We're just going to gently back out of the Moon Knight ultimate here. I tried to put the shield on our Adam Warlock, but he just died in the exact second that I was putting it up for him. We have the Mantis ultimate coming out from the enemy team, and because I am getting low, I'm going to go ahead and just back off a hair. And the Mantis ultimate does not last too long, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we have the Luna Snow ultimate coming out here. We're going to go ahead and just destroy this Ankh and give our Jeff the Shark a shield. Meant to give it to our Winter Soldier, but anybody is better than nobody. And now big damage in on the Moon Knight here. And unfortunately, he just has too much healing there. Gonna throw up the metallic curtain so that we can keep ourselves alive. And now it's time to get them to fear Magneto. We're just gonna put that on both of them, get both of their support there with the Magneto ultimate. We're going in, we're putting in that big damage on Groot now. We're not worrying about the Moon Knight Ankh because he can't engage with us unless he comes directly kind of into our line of sight. We're gonna kill this storm, and then we're pushing forward, giving them a chance to die as they come out of the spawn. And that's a 27-1 here. 28-1, actually. A much, much better game. And guess who got MVP? Oh, what's up, baby? That's what happens when your team plays the way they're supposed to play. You see our Winter Soldier in there doing work. Our other two DPS also doing work. The healing from our team was just enough to get us through the fights. The Soul Bond ability from Adam Warlock actually coming in super clutch. And thankfully we were able to go in there and mop the floor with the enemy without too much trouble. The Moon Knight on the enemy team wanted to get a lot of value, and we just denied him a bunch of times. We got to punish them for staggering in one at a time over and over again. And in that game, we really got to show the power of Magneto. And watching the two support players run into the corner to grab a health pack and try and get out of the way, and then get instantly obliterated by Magneto's meteor was hilarious. Genuinely a very funny thing to have had happen. Alright, so moving into this next game, again, we're going to try and play a support character now, since we have been running the gamut through of the projectile characters in the game. We've played Magneto, we played Doctor Strange, we played Mantis. We're going to go ahead and play Invisible Woman this time around. We played Namor, we played Squirrel Girl. We've been in there, dude. We have a triple support comp here. This is totally fine to have a Loki as our third support. I can sustain very heavily with the Invisible Woman ult. We can sustain heavily with the Luna Snow ultimate. And then Loki can copy Luna and give us a double up on the sustain. We just need for our other two players to pick at least one tank. We need at least one, and then we should be good to go.
After all these years,
and we don't have a tank. Looks like somebody's going back here. Looks like Namor is going back. He's probably going to swap over to a tank. If I were him, that's what I would do. And we do have a Penny Parker. Not my favorite, but not the worst possible pick. Again, it's better than, like, a Spider-Man. It's better than, like, you know, a lot of the DPS cast. Because at least we have someone. And, again, since we're playing on defense, it's going to be nice for Penny Parker to be able to set up with her spider nest and get a bunch of free value out of it. You see these spider bots already coming out here. I'm going to put in a ton of damage. So with the Invisible Woman, we're going to utilize our shield a lot and try to keep our team alive while also bouncing our projectile DPS in between the enemy and our teammates. So we want to try and keep everybody ahead of us as much as possible. Again, we're going to throw up the shield on our Moon Knight, on our Squirrel Girl there, try and give them some free value. And we're going to take it down now, let it regenerate some of its health, and also regenerate some of the value that it can put out. And we're going to... We see the Star-Lords here. We're just going to ping them. We're just going to ping the Star-Lord. And we want to get more value from our... We want to get more value from our shields as much as we possibly can. I'm going to throw it up on our Luna Snow there. Keep her alive. Now we're going to throw it up on our Penny Parker. And unfortunately, I just wasn't able to save Penny in that moment. We do have some healing that we can throw out for our Squirrel Girl, though. And it's going to take them a little bit of time to come back. We are basically neck and neck in terms of the amount of time that it takes to come back here. We're just going to put that up as they come around that corner there, so we can get some free ultimate charge off of the people coming around the corner. Put the shield up for our Squirrel Girl, as it is a free source of healing for us. We're going to give the shield over on the side. We're going to put it up on our Penny Parker now. And again, we're just trying to generate a bit of free value. And unfortunately, I got clocked there with a couple of headshots from the Winter Soldier. And that was enough damage to have killed me. We do have a Moon Knight ultimate. And we have my ultimate coming online here very soon. The Loki ult is going to be coming up faster than everybody else. He could very easily sustain us by copying Luna Snow, as if he does it fast. But what I suspect will happen... Okay. Okay, so a lot of things going on at this moment. We're just going to go ahead and bounce the healing around for our squad, as well as damaging up on the enemy. Take the shield down there. We have our Loki used ultimate. Actually, no, our Loki still has his ultimate, which is great. We were able to snag the kill on that Star-Lord as he tried to get away from us. We're going to put up our shield on this little flank angle and give us some free places to kind of stand and generate some additional healing. We are waiting for the team there. We're going to put that up on the staircase so that they just can't stand there for free without taking some decent damage. Our shield's taking a lot of damage there, so we're going to go ahead and recall it, put it on a short cooldown. We now want to start utilizing Groot and our push and pull abilities here. We're going to put that in on top of them, and while that won't save him, it won't kill anyone even, it will generate a lot of ult for us. I'm waiting for the moment when I can just press my ultimate here. Unfortunately, our Luna Snow used ultimate. That was our Loki used ultimate there. We're just going to get out of the way. We're going to throw the shield up on our... no one. There we go. Get the heals up on our Squirrel Girl, please. There we go. It just missed her like 4 times in a row. And unfortunately, I got killed by the Moon Knight Ankh. He was not even aiming for me. He just threw an Ankh out. Bang, there's the Ankh, and that's what killed me. A lot of free value on his part. I could be playing this better, honestly. I could be playing this better. It's unfortunate that we used both of our support ultimates at the same time there. The Loki countered the Star-Lord ultimate there with his ult by copying Luna Snow. And in doing so, unfortunately, I used my ultimate at the same time. I wanted to say he wasted it, but in reality, we both kind of wasted it. We both messed up a little bit there. Time to put our shield up here. Try to save our Moon Knight. Unfortunately, we weren't able to. Time to give it a nice new space to rest. We're going to ward off that corner there so they can't just use it for free. Tried to save our Squirrel Girl, but unfortunately, it was just too much damage coming out from the Winter Soldier as she got hooked in. We're going to get up and out of the way. We're going to recall the shield. We're going to drop the damage field out there, put it directly on top of them. Trying to get to our Penny Parker, but she's shield walled off. Groot walled off even. And we'll put this back here for our teammates. We're going to put this directly onto Groot. We're going to pull Groot forward here. And again, we want to destabilize his ability to get free value as much as humanly possible. And thankfully, I was able to get a little kill there on the Winter Soldier. But with the moon haunting us behind me, that's going to be the end of my life. I have, like, no healing right now as well. Shoot those walls. Yes, indeed. Shoot those walls, dude. Shoot those walls. Got to get those walls broken as much as you can. Our team is alive, so at least there's that. I'm gonna start bouncing things off of the terrain here, trying to get us a free space to land. We're going to go ahead in there. We're just going to put that, we're going to recall the wall here. We're going to put the wall back up. A lot is going on. A lot is going on at this moment. I'm just going to put my damage over time field down. I'm going to recall my wall. Just trying to get some healing out for my squad. I'm going to try to get up and out of the way. This is a good time for me to disappear and just run away from them. My whole team is down right now. Just gonna get out of the way here. I do have my ultimate. We're gonna let the Bucky go out and waste his ult. And with the Groot on their team, he's able to absorb way more damage than our team is able to. And the Penny Parker, while it's not a terrible choice, is not a great choice either. And a lot of times is going to be getting us killed. I am dead. Fuck, I'm dead. I double pressed my jump when I didn't mean to. And I went to go press it again, and unfortunately I died. That's a misplay on my part. Everybody makes mistakes though, right? And the sad part is I actually have my ultimate, but I'm not sure that I'm even going to be able to get to it in time. I'm not going to be able to get to it in time. It's all good. It's all good. It is what it is. We lost that game. We're going to go ahead and try to win the next one. That was a rough one. We'll play Invisible Woman again on the next game. And I'm sure that was their Bucky saying something, saying good game. Oh, no, it wasn't. Good game to the enemy team. Again, Penny Parker, we could have picked a better tank. Looks like we did swap there towards the end. Penny Parker is not my favorite, but you can be good on defense. It's when you lose the first point on Penny, that's typically when you should swap. If it's payload map, you lose the first point, you swap off of Penny because you now no longer have the defense advantage. So you need to start playing somebody who can get a little bit more value. That being said, I had a couple of misplays that game, so we all could have done a little differently. Could have done it a little bit better.
Quietly into the background.
We have an Adam Warlock here. We have a Spider-Man. We have a Black Panther as well. Going to see what the rest of the team picks. With the Adam Warlock, I'm going to have to play very close to him to make sure that we are getting value out of our pick. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. With these two flanker characters, if I don't play close to Adam Warlock, potentially there's no one for him to soul bond, which removes his ability to save the team from damage. Yes, the Moon Knight maybe could be there, but it's far more likely that the Moon Knight will be off in the distance. And, like, I don't know if our Adam Warlock player has really thought about that, right? There's no one to soul bond on this team because the entirety of our team is going to be diving or up on a high ground position. Moon Knight up on the high ground, Spider-Man, Venom, and Black Panther all diving into the backline. So, what do you do, right? So what do you do as Adam Warlock? Your biggest value, your biggest cooldown is wasted.
4, 3, 2.
Just gonna go ahead and throw that up there. We're gonna toss a couple of heals up to our squad. I did not actually mean to double press my jump button, but it is what it is. Gonna go ahead and withdraw my wall now. Again, we're gonna start damaging up on the enemy team here while trying to get some free value for our team. Gonna put the wall here so that we can hopefully get a little bit of free healing for our squad as we re-engage. I'm gonna try and get this Venom up here. Just trying to bounce the projectiles between both my teammates and the enemy a little bit. It's time to drop that into the backline of the enemy team. I double pressed my jump again like an asshole. Just gonna reload here while we try to save Venom from himself. Don't dive too hard, Venom, or that's the end. That is the moment when shit hits the fan for me, and unfortunately I just go down. Computer took a dump, but you're back. Hey, welcome back. I'm sorry that your computer took a dump. You know, everybody's got to poop sometimes, but why in the middle of the show, right? Come on, computer. Do better. So we see that the team is trying to engage from a bunch of different angles here, with them jumping onto the point. I don't see how this goes well for us. We're just going to put this right here so that I have a nice little place to engage for when the team wants to come around. They are going to chase us, so it's time for me to back out. Got a Moon Knight on the high ground there. Toss that up for our Moon Knight and then immediately recall it so that he doesn't get too comfy. I want to save him, but not at the cost of my shield or my own life. and the Moon Knight was able to easily dispatch the Iron Fist on the enemy team. Just gonna go ahead and just toss that right there, put it on top of them, deal a bit of free damage, a bit of free chip damage as they come forward. I can't heal our Black Panther, who's off in the back line there, because he is shittily utilizing his dive. Just gonna put the shield on us right here. And now that my ult has gone away, we're gonna back out some. We're looking for the free healing here. Looking for a free place to deal our damage. And put that right there in case anybody wants to come around that corner. And they didn't. We're gonna drop the heals on our team, put the shield up for them, give them a place to hide behind. And now we're going to take it back. We're gonna put it up for Venom now. Just give him a little bit of free healing there. And now we're going to take it back. We're going to put it up for the Adam Warlock so that he stays alive. Again, we're just going to put it onto their payload and force them to play in positions where we want them to be instead of wherever they want to be. Again, it's going to be tough for me to engage with them here, trying to keep our Venom alive as best as we can. Our Black Panther goes down again, trying to keep Venom up, but he is determined to get himself to 1 HP. I'm going to take the shield down and let it regenerate its health because it is down to about half hit points there. I want to generate some additional ult charge by utilizing my damage over time field here. So I'm going to jump up. We're going to shoot it out. We're going to give Venom the shield there for a second. Then we're going to take the shield back. And I was able to snag the kill on their Punisher there. I want to put the shield up for our Adam Warlock. Take it back. Put it back up as soon as it comes back available. Again, put it up for our Adam Warlock here. We're going to put this damage over time field down so that they can't be freely on the point without catching some damage. Get it up for our Venom. Immediately take it back. We're going to kill that Moon Knight there, putting in the last little bit of damage that we needed there to generate an ultimate. Toss that damage over time field down so it not only kills their clones, but also kills the Ankh or the rune there from Loki. Again, same thing here. We're just gonna kind of send the damage over time out. We're gonna... Fuck you, dude. It wouldn't let me use my ultimate. It wouldn't let me use my ultimate on the point because it, like, was, stuttering or something. I don't know, staggering on the payload. So it didn't let me use it. That would have been easy, free denial of the Iron Fist's ultimate there. Unfortunately, he did get some power out of it. I want to save Venom, but I have to save him from himself first. I have the damage there, or the healing there for him. It would be best if we could use our ultimate to counter another ultimate, just like we were trying to do earlier, rather than utilize our ultimate just for free stall time. We're going to put this up on the Venom, give him the additional heal over time that he needs. We're going to put this on the Magneto as he tries to back up away. So he's holding the shield up in front of him, but taking the damage from behind him. So he has to make a choice there. And kind of, again, a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of scenario. We're going to pull the Punisher closer to us. And, wow, I took a very, very accurate shot. Give the healing to our Adam Warlock there so that we are able to keep us alive. We're going to drop the healing here now a little bit closer to us. Try to use our projectiles to bounce off of the Venom. And I'm going to put this out there for them just to give them a little bit of free healing. We're going to put this up towards their spawn so that if they want to walk out of the spawn door from there, they have to take damage while doing so. I have not really needed to worry too much on this game about the amount of damage coming out to us. I'm going to go ahead and recall our shield now. We're going to put this directly on us so that if the, the Spider-Man decides he wants to engage on us, he has to do so inside of the damage of our damage over time field. Again, I'm going to try and throw up the shield for our team. Just going to pull it back now. I can't save Black Panther from the angle that he currently is at, so I know that I just need to engage from somewhere else. Right now, I want to get back up with my Adam Warlock, give him the shield so it gives me something to hide behind. Now I'm going to take the shield down, wait for the heal to come in from our Adam Warlock, We're just going to put that right there so that they have to take damage as they come around the corner. Again, giving our team a shield. We want to ping the Punisher who is right there. This is my death unless I can utilize this ultimate here to keep myself alive. And while this did keep me alive, it actually does not save us from the damage of the Punisher ultimate there. So it's time to back all the way out. We're backing all the way out. We're keeping an eye on our Adam Warlock so that he doesn't die and get staggered in the meantime. But we don't want to take an engagement until the rest of the team is back. Now we're going to throw the shield up on Adam Warlock to give us an anchor point to be able to engage from. We see that the Spider-Man is here. We're going to give the heal to our Adam. We're going to try and pull him over to us. And here we go. Just going to put this up for the squad. Get the kill there on their Spider-Man. And put the shield up on our tank. Or on our Adam Warlock even. And there's our tank. There we go. Again, we're just trying to keep them alive as long as possible. I can't save Spider-Man there. And I can't stop them from being able to take the point. They're going to take this checkpoint whether I like it or not. We're going to put that right there on the Spider-Man and force him to fight me inside of my damage over time field, which ends up getting him killed. It's exactly what we wanted to happen. I can't save my team while they're up in the rafters, so I'm just going to back out. Just backing out a bit here, throwing the shield up for our Moon Knight. Now I'm going to pull the shield back down. We're going to throw the shield up for our Venom, put it around this corner so it's less likely that it will get broken, and we can utilize the free 50 health per second there to be able to get a bunch of value. We're getting a ton of additional ult charge based off of them standing on the payload, and right now we're going to try to save our Venom, and we were able to save him. We're going to ping this Punisher up in the high ground position there because we don't want him to just get free value on us. We're going to put this up on our Venom here so that we can try to keep him alive. We have the Loki is here now. Again, we're going to try to get the Venom healed up here before he takes too much damage as he stands at their spawn. They have 60 seconds left. I do have my ultimate to be able to stop that, but we have our Moon Knight using his ultimate to save the team there, which is great, which gives me the freedom to be able to utilize my ultimate for the next time. I'm going to take the shield down because it's getting low, and I don't want it to be on a super long cooldown. Again, I'm going to put this on their point so that they have to stand in the damage over time if they want to contest with it. Going to put the shield up for our team. We're just going to push them away for a second, and I'm going to take the shield back now, and now it's time for... We're just going to put this right here on our team. This is going to out-heal the majority of their ultimate damage there. The Hela going to have to make a big choice between whether or not she tries to engage with us inside of the Invisible Woman ult, or if she wants to try and go for maybe an easier target there. With my team coming in and taking a bunch of damage, we're just going to go ahead and try to pull some of these guys into the payload and destabilize their positioning. Time for me. I can't double jump, unfortunately. And I am able to get the heal there, the res there from our Adam Warlock. Again, it's going to be very difficult for me to stay alive, so I'm just going to go invisible. At this moment, I'm going to go invisible. I'm going to try to regroup with the team from a better angle. We know that we are going to be safe to engage with them from here. I want to give this to our Venom, giving him as much health as humanly possible. We're going to shoot that out and force them to engage on the point with the damage over time field down. I cannot save our Venom, unfortunately. The projectiles are bouncing all around him and not actually getting him. We're going to put the shield down because we know that our team is going to get advanced on by their Spider-Man very shortly. Again, we're putting this between them and their actual point here so that we can try to generate as much ult charge as humanly possible. We're going to take this away, get ready to drop the shield down again, and we're going to stand behind the shield, put it on their payload there, again generating as much damage as humanly possible. And they were able to destroy my shield, unfortunately. Right now it looks like I might die, so I'm just going to get up and out of the way. And unfortunately there's not much I can do here. I'm going to put this shield down for our Venom, and I am down. We need our Adam Warlock swapped characters. That's not great. Oh, do we stall them? Do we stall them? I think we might win this one.
I won't disappear.
I need to hurry. I need to hurry, and I need to get on to the point.
Amazing Spider-Man.
No, get on the point. No, Moon Knight. No. They had a very, very small amount of time left that they could have stayed on it before they lost the game there. Unfortunately, we just didn't get on it in time. Someone on their team says LOL. I don't know what you're laughing about, friend, but oh, so their Punisher says that we were trash. That's great. That's great. So again, a very very strong character. 12 deaths and we're trash. Lol. Go again. Yeah, so yeah, dude, exactly, dude. Punisher, you're garbage, right, dude? Fucking 12 deaths. Gonna go in here and call us trash, dude. Fuck out of here, bro. 12 deaths. You got more deaths than everybody in the entire game, son. You got more deaths than everyone else. And we're trash? Play better. For the love of God. If I'd have lived just a little bit longer, I would have had my ultimate. We could have held that point for a little bit longer. That being said, the Scarlet Witch wanted me down. And I had to choose between whether or not I try to heal my Venom or I try to keep myself alive. Either way, I would have been generating no ultimate charge during that time. You know what I mean? So it's a very tough situation. Do I engage with them and try to keep my Venom alive, or do I stop using my abilities, go invisible, and wait for them to inevitably take the point because they dealt more damage and were able to kill the Venom? You know? So tough one. But again, we took them all the way to the very end, held it for until the very, very, very last second, and then we ended up taking the L. So we have a Lord Mr. Fantastic on our team. We have a Groot. We have a Scarlet Witch.
No complaints.
And while I do think the Lord Mr. Fantastic will probably be very good, I don't know how many kills he's realistically going to get. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And then ideally, we will be able to keep him alive long enough to actually get some value. Along with Wanda, you know, we want to be able to keep them alive as long as we possibly can. We're just going to go ahead and put this directly on their spawn door there, so that when they come out, we get that free ultimate charge off the spawn. And we were able to generate a little bit of ult charge there. Gonna immediately take the shield back here. Again, we are we're re-engaging. We're trying to take the shield back. We're going to put it up for our rocket. We're getting up and out of the way here, taking the shield back. We don't want to be in a position where we keep getting dove on by the enemy. We're going to give the shield to Rocket Raccoon. Again, we're trying to keep our team alive, but unfortunately our Groot goes down there. They didn't see that we were getting engaged on from the back line. Thankfully, the Groot was able to snag the additional respawn from the BRB beacon from Rocket Raccoon. Unfortunately, I got dove on by the Venom and the Psylocke at the same time. You're going to see Venom is here. Psylocke is down right underneath him. Both of them attacking me at the same time, so just more damage than I can realistically live through. We have a Cloak and Dagger and a Luna Snow on the enemy team, so a lot of sustain between them. And again, we're going to try to keep my team alive here with the power of the shield. Again, trying to bounce those projectiles back and forth there. The moon haunting my team when we don't really want it to. Never great, never a great feeling. The Venom line of sights me. Time for me to just go and... why didn't it let me go invisible? I'm dead. There's nothing I can do to live in this moment. Except for that. That heal is the only thing that I can do to have stayed alive. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab that health pack there. And now with my team up, I'm going to go ahead and give them some sustain. But they've already broken my wall, so I'm just going to get back up with Groot here. Try to keep Groot alive. Give Groot the wall. Try to give Groot the wall in every possible direction he wants to run into. We have nobody on my team actually here. Nobody to capitalize on that. Groot, why would you do that? Just gonna deny all of the value of the enemy team pushing in there. Their two tanks. trying to get in that free damage on our team. We're going to throw the damage over time field down on the payload there while we try to generate some additional ultimate. We're going to push back the Doctor Strange a little bit there. Try to get the shield up again. Again, we're going to toss out the damage over time field so that we can force them to play into it if they want to stay on the cart. Try to keep our Mr. Fantastic alive while he is in his ultimate here. Destabilize the Venom with a bit of movement tech. And now it's time to get back with the squad. We are going to utilize this damage over time field to force them out of a stable position with their team. I'm just going to get out of the way of the moon haunting us, because we don't want to die to that. I'm going to go invisible here, and that's just going to allow me to get out of the way. Again, we're just moving around to our team, trying to get up with them as best we can. We're going to give the shield to Rocket Raccoon. Try to allow him to sustain for a bit longer. We want to be able to utilize our damage over time field here, and I was able to put it down to great effect on the enemy there. And now with the Cloak and Dagger ultimate coming out for our team, or for their team even, we know that they're going to be trying to use that to press forward here, and we're just going to try to deny them all of the value that they could possibly have gained from that. We're waiting for a damage over time ult. We have Venom on the cart now. We're going to come forward here. We're going to try to recall the shield. We're going to put the shield back up here. And now we're going to put the damage over time on the cart so that we can damage them as much as possible. We're waiting for that Psylocke ultimate to come out, which should be any second now. There it is. And we're going to go ahead and disappear into our Invisible Woman ult. Their team absolutely dusted our Scarlet Witch. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. What else can you do, right? Put the shield down for our squad, recall the shield, try and bounce these projectiles between them as much as humanly possible. Unfortunate, but they are dead. Just going to get up and out of the way. Throw the shield up for our squad here while we re-engage. We see that the Venom is going super deep on our team. I'm going to throw the damage over time field down so that they have to vacate the premises of the point. And I do end up catching the L there. That is both of their support ultimates coming out. Yeah, both their support ults coming out simultaneously.
It's clear I'm still needed here.
Doing good on the healing so far, though. They hit another checkpoint. I'm going to get up and out of the way and throw this down for Wanda. Utilize that additional healing for us. Again, we're going to come around here. We're going to utilize this additional healing for our Moon Knight. We have the Venom on the other team trying to get away. We're just going to make sure that he doesn't get to, at least not for free. We're going to put that down on them. We're going to put the shield up for our Wanda. Again, we're trying to bounce the projectiles through them. We're going to destabilize that Doctor Strange by forcing him into a position that we want him to be in. We're going to go ahead and drop the shield on our Mantis there. We now have the team is moving forward here, so I'm just going to go ahead and immediately utilize the Disappear ultimate. We're going to toss that out and push that onto them, and that's going to give us some additional damage there. We're going to go ahead and recall the shield while we are waiting. I took a lot of damage in that moment, so I'm going to throw the shield up for our Mantis, stand behind it, and hope for the best. We are dead. There's nothing I can do. The Psylocke ultimate combined with the Namor ultimate hitting me at the same time. That's just too much burst damage for me to live through. Whole team's going to go down here. Not a big deal. The faster we die, the faster we get back together. And then we can move out and we can focus on getting the Mantis ultimate online so that we can stop them as quickly as possible. Got Venom is up in the high ground. And we're just going to force him to utilize his sustain cooldown there. We're going to go ahead and drop our shield, but unfortunately I died to the damage of the Namor.
I'll fight for my family.
Looks like our Mantis is trying to keep people alive. Our Scarlet Witch actually went in super hard. Got the big damage in on their Venom here, forcing him to use his defensive ability, and then forcing him back as well, trying to keep him alive as much as we can. The Scarlet Witch even. Again, we're going to toss that out. I am going to die in this moment. Did everything that I could for them. Our Mantis, I don't know when she used her ultimate, but now would have been a great time to have used it, comboed it with the Punisher's ult. It looks like that's going to be the L there. That's going to be unfortunate, but I did as much healing as I possibly could. Yeah, they caught me with that Namor ult inside of the Psylocke ult. So it's like, not only could I not get away from the Psylocke ultimate, because if you don't know, when you use Namor's ult, it actually disables your movement abilities. So if you are stuck inside of the circle, it will disable your movement abilities. So, not that I have one, per se. Like, I have the double jump on Invisible Woman, and that's not great, but it's also not terrible. When he used that inside of the Psylocke ultimate, it meant that I couldn't get away from either one of them. So I was taking that damage whether I liked it or not. We're going to play one more, and that is going to be our win or lose, winner-take-all game here on Invisible Woman. And then we're going to call it a day for the show. Going to go ahead, we're going to insta-lock her again. Trying to put out as much value as humanly possible on this character. Always pulling people, pushing people, throwing out the damage over time field, keeping the shield up on our allies as well. But like, the allies need to make sure that they are making use of the shield is another big thing that comes into play when you are playing Invisible Woman. If the team runs through the shield and then they just don't actually utilize it at all, it kind of denies a lot of the healing that you are able to do. We got Majin Vegeta on our team. I'm pretty sure he was on our team in the last game. Let me see if I can find him.
He'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
At the very least, he was on our team or on the enemy team at some point. I've seen his name today. Specifically today. I don't see anybody, so I'm just gonna move up to the point here. So we have a Rocket Raccoon, which is great for the amount of heals that he can put out. We have a Bucky, which is good for the team up. We have a Captain America and a Venom. Not my favorite tanks, but also not the better than certain DPS picks. So, gonna go ahead. I'll toss that up for Venom for now, just in case. Gonna toss this up for Rocket now. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up here so that we have a nice, easy place to be able to benefit from our own healing over time there. We were able to put a lot of damage out into the enemy team. We're gonna go ahead and utilize the shield now. A little bit closer. We're getting tons of value here. Value from Jeff, value from the projectiles bouncing in between teammates and enemies at the same time. We're going to go ahead and recall the shield, and let it regen some of its health. We're going to toss this damage over time field down on that Thor so that he can't live forever. Try to give Venom the shield. Take the shield away. Time to back off. Going to utilize my healing over time inside of my invisibility state to keep myself alive. And then we're going to take that shield back, give it to the Iron Fist, take it back. Give it to the Venom, take it back. Give it to the Rocket Raccoon, take it back. Again, we are going to toss out that Vortex field there. Try to destabilize them into positions we want them to be in. Try to get the pull on that Captain America. But unfortunately, my team was already crowd controlling him, so we weren't able to do that. We're going to toss the Vortex field out. We're going to pull him back into the Vortex field as well so that we can get some more damage out of him. And we are holding this team very effectively. My team knows how to get kills, and they're not afraid to do so, which is great. We're damaging out on the squad, putting up the healing overtime there for our team. We're going to put this Vortex field out. We're going to try to keep the Captain America inside of it as long as possible. We're going to go ahead and recall the shield here while we wait for it to regen a bit of its health. We're going to go ahead and drop the shield up for our Venom. Again, we're going to take the shield back. We're going to toss this forward there. We're going to try to keep them into it for as long as humanly possible. We were able to snag the kill on their Doctor Strange there. We have the Cloak and Dagger ultimate coming out here. We're going to give that shield to our Venom, and that's going to give us some free healing. While we wait for them to come out, we're going to toss out the Vortex field. I didn't catch anybody in it, so we're going to go ahead and pull Jeff right into it there. I'm going to use my movement ability to get up and out of the way so I don't get eaten by Jeff and thrown off the map. With the ultimates coming out from the enemy team, we're just going to give our team a safe place to chill out here. Going to give the team a little bit of free value. Just going to toss that on the ground, make sure that we can help get the Bucky down as quickly as possible. Looks like we have somebody maybe going to the point here. We got Jeff is back here. So I'm gonna go invisible. I'm gonna ping them again. We're gonna get the damage up on their team here. Still got Jeff here. Again, we're taking that damage out on them. We're going to push them backwards. We're going to throw the shield up for our Venom here. I was able to get the kill on their Spider-Man. Put the shield right there for Venom. Right now, we want to push that Wolverine into a wall so he can't use his movement to get away. We're going to start throwing out some damage over time onto the Penny Parker spider nest there so that we don't get killed. We are waiting for our moment to continue to engage here, putting the shield up on our Iron Fist. Going to go ahead and take the shield back now. Now we're going to pull. I'm going to push that Thor out of the way there. We have our Venom going in a little bit here, so we're going to go ahead and support him. We know that the team is trying to come down there, so we're going to go ahead and recall the shield. We're going to throw it back up on Venom as he goes into their backline. Again, we're putting in this hard damage on Penny Parker, trying to keep our team alive, give the shield to our Captain America here. We now have another ultimate to be able to utilize. Give that shield to our Iron Fist and then recall the shield so that we don't have to worry about Iron Fist getting killed. I'm going to go invisible now. Try and get myself around to a better angle. Give the shield to Bucky. Take the shield back. Start healing up on our Venom here. Just keep putting the shield in front of him no matter where he goes. And that's going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Give the shield to our Bucky here. Would not be surprised to see them taking a bunch of damage. I'm just going to put this up here now. Because now we're forcing them into the place that we want them to be. We have the Fear Magneto coming out here. Just going to give the shield to our Venom as much as we can. Does not look like it's going to be enough to keep us alive. They never made it to the point. That's a great game. That's a great game, dude. We did all of the things we needed to do. We had great healing. I got MVP on that one. Let's go, baby. That's how you're supposed to play Invisible Woman. I don't think I made a lot of mistakes that game at all. Thankfully, it was shown in our MVP there. We were 19-0 on this game in Empire of Wakanda, and most healing in the game as well. So, the enemy team got dusted. Their Squirrel Girl, who was also their Wolverine, and their Hawkeye had no kills. Only 1 kill from their tank, and their other tank negative with 5 and 7 split. Very good for us. Our team was putting in the work in terms of damage, which is great. Our Venom never died. And again, we never died. So I think that that just goes to show you how powerful the characters can be when you play them correctly. I had a lot of fun with this show. Playing the Projectile heroes, you know, it's not like necessarily something that you always think about when you are playing the certain characters. You don't necessarily think, hey, this is a hit scan, hey, this is a projectile, and like the differences between them or why you use one over the other, etc., etc. Looks like in the Invisible Woman here, I was able to gain a little bit of the progression towards the Lord title. Haven't played her enough to really be close to it or anything, but I got the first part, so that's cool. But like I was saying earlier about projectile heroes, they typically deal more damage than your hit scan variants because they are they have the additional layer of skill required for you to learn A, how they attack, B, what their projectile speed is, and C, how you can best get value out of that. Whether or not they can critically hit also comes into play. Like Mantis can critically hit with her projectiles, whereas Invisible Woman cannot critically hit with her projectiles. Same thing with Storm. She can't crit with them, but they do cleave through multiple people. And again, this is all kind of added into the nuance of how you learn to play certain characters and how you can get the most value out of them. So in terms of the amount of damage the characters typically put out, it's usually like sniper hit scan and then regular hit scan, followed by the ranged projectile characters, and then melee characters typically will deal the most damage because they're at the most risk when they are utilizing their kits, trying to get in there and get value out of their abilities and their primary fire, stuff like that. So ranged projectile, very fun characters to play, and I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out today. I want to thank Charlie for being here in the chat. I want to thank Stargazer, and for everybody who was lurking, thank you guys very much. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Moonchild of Dude No Way, and I will see you in the next stream. Take care.